Yards for the second night in a row. The Oriole fans had to wait a while. Unfortunately, what they saw was one run scored on a wild pitch, and the Red Sox got it. And that's the way the ball game ended. Tonight, will the Oriole players, fans be dancing? Well, it'll take a gigantic effort against a 16-game winner, Chris Sale. But maybe the end will look like this. It's the Orioles on Bassett, and we welcome you. A summer day here in Baltimore and a summer evening to go with it. As the Red Sox and the Orioles wrap up the series, the Orioles trying to avoid a 3-game sweep. Well, the Orioles offense, which has been a highlight of this ball club much of the season, especially in August, suddenly has disappeared. The Orioles are struggling trying to get a run against this Red Sox team. Their bullpen, for one thing, has been outstanding all year, and they're continuing those numbers against the Orioles. Orioles come into this not having scored in the last 17 innings. Here's what these numbers look like to try and put it in perspective. The longest scoreless inning streak this season is 17. It has happened twice, the one that's underway right now, and then back in June. Red Sox pitching during these 17 innings now have given up only 8 hits, 3 walks, 5 total runner and scoring position opportunities, and they have struck out 18. The longest MLB number, Kansas City, went 45 innings without scoring a run. Holy cow. The Orioles came so close. They had an opportunity to win the ball game twice. Last night, this would be Manny Machado trying to score on the Scope single. Benintendi's throw to the plate got there in plenty of time. No run there. Then Chris Davis an opportunity. 5th inning leading off. Home run. Pulled back in. Jackie Bradley Jr. Those were the best chances the Orioles had in the game and could not convert. So, Jim Palmer, they come into this one hoping to find some offense.
Well, you're right. And, you know, against good pitching, and you talked about how good the bullpen is. Pomerantz was terrific. The other night, Fister struggled with his command. He never does that, but the Orioles took advantage of it. But the offense stopped, in about the 7th inning. Had a chance to win a couple of times. Last night, a couple of, opportunities, not a whole lot. But at the end of the day, this is a home run hitting ball club. They score 6 runs in the month of August. They're scoring a little bit over 3 runs in September. And the other thing, and we talked about it, they are seeing the best pitching in the American League over the last month. 4 of the top 7 pitching teams are in the American League East. Won't change when Tampa Bay comes to town because they pitch very well. But again, I've never seen the quality and the stuff from a bullpen. Everybody talks about how Cleveland's even better than the Red Sox. I don't know if they could have pitched any better. That's how good the Red Sox bullpen has been the last 2 nights.
And the obvious is how good the starter is tonight for Boston, Chris Sale.
Well, again, the Orioles are trying to win one of these games. They swept the Red Sox up in Boston. Sale did not pitch. He's tough to beat. He hasn't pitched as well because he was about as good as it gets early on. So again, this is a power guy trying to win 17 for the 2nd straight year. Fastball, slider, changeup. I think the secret agent, man, is Ryan Flaherty in the lineup playing third base because Manny Machado. He goes, how would you have ever woken up this morning and expect you come to the ballpark and you, a left-handed hitter, is facing against Sale? I go, he says, how am I going to handle it? I said, well, do exactly what you did against Aroldis Chapman. Come on. And I can't tell you exactly what he said. And, of course, Chapman was throwing 102. Now, Sale's not going to throw 102 because he's going to be in the high 90s.
Manny's out. Beckham's out of the lineup before the ball game. This was presented. I love this. This is a caricature broadcasting. This was done by a man who does this at the ballpark, and this is how quickly he can get a caricature completed. I mean, Caleb Joseph's going to be out there someday doing these, but for right now, he's got to learn how to go that fast. Caleb's a little bit slower than that. Baseball coming up. On MASN is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics, serving the community for over 125 years. Weather for tonight, BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? And a beautiful summer evening here. The temperature has been in the mid-80s for much of the day today. There is no breeze here at the ballpark tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. For the Red Sox, it'll be Bogaerts, Pedroia, Benintendi, Betts, Ramirez, and Travis. Marrero, Leon, and Jackie Bradley Jr. Dustin Pedroia. You see the career numbers against the Orioles back in the starting lineup after that foul ball that hit him so hard in the nose.
And Wade Miley on the mound for the Orioles, coming off his shortest stint, 19 pitches, 6 runs, only a third of an inning up at Yankee Stadium. Got ambushed, a lot of strikes early, something that he struggled with pretty much all year. And the Yankees, of course, the ERA of the Orioles pitching staff in New York was over 9 runs a game in 2017. So against the Red Sox, he's pitched well. Now he's got 4 pitches. Looking for win number 9. This will be his 31st start. And again, it's home runs. Yeah, righties hit him better than lefties. He dominates the left-handers. And it's really about, can you keep the pitch count down, and can you throw strikes? He does lead the major leagues in walks with 84.
Could end up with the same record he had last year. He was 9-13 last season. He is 8-13 right now. Well, let's see what happens here in this one as these two teams wrap up their season against one another. It'll be Xander Bogaerts leading it off. Bogaerts, the starting shortstop, a couple of hits, 8 at bats, including a home run in this series. He's gone 3 for 8 against Miley. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, and we are underway.
Yeah, Xander doesn't hit a whole lot of home runs, but he did hit one off Donnie Hart in the 8th inning. Hart ended up pitching. O'Day was in the bullpen. He didn't get called in until after the home run, and that tied the game up, and then they would win 10-8 on Monday night. Both of these games in extra innings, in 11 innings, 10-8.
1-1 delivery on the way will be taken outside. The Red Sox know that the Yankees have already won today, 11-3, beating Minnesota this afternoon. So John Farrell's team officially comes in 2.5 games ahead. If they lose, it'll be 2. If they win, it goes back to 3. Jonathan Scope up with it. Bogaerts is out.
Yeah, take a look at the defense by the Orioles. A little different because of illness. So Flaherty at third, Hardy at short, Beckham with a tooth problem, Manny Machado out with illness, Scope Davis around the infield, Welling Castillo, who caught all 11 innings, back behind the plate, Mancini, Jones, and Hayes in the outfield. Austin Hayes out of Double-A and A-ball this year, playing right field. There is Flash, that's his nickname, or Baby Puppy.
There he
affectionately
is. Gets the job at third base here tonight. Pitch will be taken away by Pedroia. Good to see Dustin back in the lineup after that foul ball off the nose. Did come on as a pinch hitter last night, so he's had only 2 at bats in the series. He has gone 0 for 2.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you've lost your reputation as a hard-nosed player. Pick one off the nose and you don't play for 2 days.
His nose is hard right now, I'll tell you. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one will bounce. They try and get Pedroia. He tries to get himself back into the playoff mode, getting the number at bats he needs and getting back into the rhythm of the regular season.
Well, it was the knee early on the slide by Manny Machado, right knee in late August.
That'll go probably to short.
Yeah, and again,
Hardy will go back and put it away.
One of those twilight games, not a cloud in the sky here at Camden Yards, as twilight is with us. So JJ getting a chance to play like he did up.
Well, we said these two teams are wrapping it up, so here's what it looks like. The Orioles already know they have won the season series. You see they have done it by putting up the runs, the batting average, the runner in scoring position numbers, the home runs, starter ERA, and the bullpen. The only one where the Red Sox have the advantage, but for so many of the games this year, it was too late. The Orioles had already put up enough runs to win. That has not, of course, been the case in this series, as the Red Sox are trying to win 3 in a row against the Orioles. Benintendi, 3-game hit streak, 3 for 9 so far. It'll come right back. Miley's got it over to first, and that takes care of the first inning. An inning where Wade Miley has given up 26 runs this year. He gives up none in this one. Orioles won 6 out of 9 in Boston, but the Red Sox have won 5 out of 4 played here at Camden Yards. Oriole lineup brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Hayes gets the leadoff spot with Beckham out. Mancini, Scope, Jones, Castillo, and Trumbo. Davis, Hardy, and Flaherty. Last 4 games for the rookie. Call-up, outstanding.
And they'll face Chris Sale, 2-0 this year. ERA a little over 3 runs a game. He beat him in Baltimore, and of course struck out the first 5 he faced up in Boston. So early on, I mean, had a 1.19 ERA in the month of April. He did not score. He was only 1-2, but he's pitched great. Not as well lately, but again, you know, he's looking for 300 strikeouts as he comes in. With what, 287. I don't know if he'll get the, even though the Orioles do strike out a lot, 13 strikeouts last night in 11 innings. But again, fastball, slider, changeup, and again, his normal fastball average is right around 95.
So Sale will go to work, and Hayes gets the leadoff spot. Like Showalter said, if not Hayes, then who? So the answer is Hayes. He'll get his first look at the left-hander, and the pitch will be a strike on the inside corner. What a great start for Hayes, as he's got a 4-game hit streak coming into the ball game. Playing time mostly obviously in the outfield, center and right. His 11th game, he's had 23 at bats, 7 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs, and he'll foul it back and out of play.
Well, I asked him today, I said, you know, after last night, Pomerantz with the big curve ball made some great pitches with all his other pitches, and then their bullpen was lights out, 99, 101, great pitches. He said, well, there are a lot of hard throwers. He said Trenton's bullpen comes to mind. He said they all throw 90, 95. They average 98 to 100 miles per hour.
And a breaking ball will be fouled off.
But he said, Gary, the difference is, I don't know if I've ever seen pitchers command the type of stuff that I saw last night.
Well, I hope not.
No, I mean, well, I mean,
he saw, no, I know you're right,
yeah,
but that's what the expectation has to be when they get here. If these guys are at this level, you would hope they are doing it better than those who aren't.
Right, but I mean, but again, the velocity, you know, he said that he's seen that, but the command, both the combined.
And a high heater will get him on a K.
Yeah, you know, so again, I mean, you can't look for any one pitch. And the changeup, again, this is a high heater at 95. So remember, up in Boston, and that was his first start this year against the Orioles, and that was what, on May 2nd, he struck out the first 5 Orioles up at Fenway.
So he gets a strikeout here. We were noting the enormous ratio he has. His ratio this year is 7 strikeouts for every walk. 7 to 1. That'll be fouled away. Among the active pitchers, he's almost double what the best number was coming into this season. That's how good he has been in getting these strikeouts. Ironically, though, going back in Major League history, he is not in the top 25 regarding strikeouts per walks issued, because the likes of Brett Saberhagen, Cliff Lee, Pedro Martinez a couple of times all had better numbers, with Cliff Lee having a 10.28 strikeout to walk ratio. Lee did that in 2010 when he issued 18 walks in 212 innings pitched, and that's the kind of production on the mound that is coming from Sale right now. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And that one whipped into the seats.
Yeah, this could always be a statement game. Obviously, you're trying to maintain that 3-game in the loss column lead over the Yankees, so he knows what his job is. But again, you know, the last 6 starts not as good as before. The Indians have lit him up. 2 starts against the Indians. He's given up 13 runs in 8 innings. So I think he wants to make a statement that he's well and he's feeling good.
And another high heater that Trey Mancini can't stay off.
Yeah, again, so, you know, slider, you whip it foul because it's all different speeds. And then he just goes up out the ladder. So we remember Fenway, the first 5 guys went down. The Orioles, they are usually right up there with the leaders in the American League in strikeouts. And this guy he's already got, what, 289 now.
And that'll bring up Jonathan Scope. Jonathan's got a 4 for 13 lifetime against Sale. Defense will be straight up. Both. Oh my gosh. Did you see the break on that ball? I mean, that thing was a foot away from the outside of the plate when it got to the first chalk line and ended up crossing the plate.
Yeah, well, he's way over on the third base side, but he steps
That one in the air, left center field. He got a fastball, hit it hard, but it'll be hauled in. Jackie Bradley Jr. goes over to get it. A 1-2-3 inning for each of the left-handed starters in this one. Recap brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Brock Kabatko takes a look at the Fall Instructional League and what Buck Showalter thinks that league is all about for the Oriole players who will be there. And Steve Molesky talks about Kevin Gausman's second half, encouraging and looking towards 2018. Kevin with an outstanding performance. No runs, 3 hits, 8 innings last night.
Yeah, pretty much since the All-Star game with a couple of blips. Kind of what he did last year in August and September. You know, really pitched well. I think a big question mark, you know, with the club option on Wade Miley, they're going to be looking for starters. You know, he's been able to stay healthy, other than getting literally knocked off the mound by the White Sox, where he had to leave a game, and Noah came in and pitched really well. A couple of line drives got him.
And the pitch is taken for a strike by Mookie Betts. Betts has a 2-for-6 lifetime off Wade Miley. Couple of hits, 10 at bats in this series. Despite hitting just .219 against the Orioles this year, he has driven in 10 runs. So Betts has had a successful season against the Orioles in that regard. $12 million option is what Jim was talking about on Wade. Decision by the club whether to take that or not. Pitch is going to be inside. Betts 2-1. Wade has worked 149 innings, 169 hits surrendered, put 84 walks with that, and he's had a lot of people on base.
Yeah, he is really, two of his better games are against the Red Sox, and you know, one in Boston, one here. You know, he's pitched 12 innings, only given up 2 runs, 7 innings in one, 5 in the other. Roger McDowell, first year with the Orioles, is the main pitching coach, along with Alan Mills.
2-2 delivery will be taken inside. At Boston, that game a run on 5 hits over 7, and then the last one at Boston, 1 run, 7 hits and 5. So he did not give up a home run in that last start either against Boston. Off the end of the bat, Jonathan Scope up with it. Betts is retired. One away here in the 2nd inning. Wade Miley, one of the problems, trying to stay in a ball game.
Yeah, again, look at this. I mean, these are the most pitches, 1,037. In 149 innings, 3-2 counts. And the last time I looked, I'm going to go check it again, they were hitting 165. So, but the problem with going 3-2, that's how you get to 84 walks, because if they don't hit it, you walk them, and then the pitch count. Yep. You know, he's at over 19 pitches per inning, and that's just too high for a guy that's always, I mean always, has had good command.
Hanley Ramirez is back in the lineup. We've seen him come on as a pinch hitter. Red Sox are really trying to figure out right now, knowing they're going to go to the postseason one way or the other, what it looks like for their DH. Is Ramirez going to be healthy enough, at least in the first round, to be able to take the DH job, and is he going to be good enough? He's not had a hit in his last 11 at bats. Hanley has been struggling at the plate. and they want to get some at bats in for him. Chases the pitch away. 92, and the count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, you can come out early and hit like he did yesterday. I mean, he can do it every day, but it's nothing like live pitching. And again, he's had shoulder problems. It's been the left bicipital tendonitis. It's a tough tendon because you can't inject it to treat.
Hanley will take one on the outside corner again. He's hitting only 146 in September, and he's had one home run. He's 6 for 41 this month. Part of the limitation, as Jim said, because of the injuries, and part of it because he just was not producing.
Yeah.
And Vasquez took over that DH role because he had a hot bat. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to work inside to him. So here's one of those 3-2 counts.
It's amazing.
No sooner said than done. Vasquez had a red hot bat. Once they got 3 catchers with the expanded roster, they could afford to go ahead and put him in. Puerto Rico and Mexico, the disasters they have suffered through with quakes and hurricanes. A strike called, no argument. And Miley gets his first K, 2 down.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're not playing. I mean, a little extra, 94, and he can hit 94 every once in a while, right? I mean, this ball, you could not throw it any more down the middle. And when you're, again, you don't see the ball as well, you're not playing, probably don't feel 100%. Not too many players do this time of year, and he takes it.
That'll bring Sam Travis up. Travis getting the start at first base. John Farrell's lineup directed towards getting the right-handers in because they hit 300 against Miley, and the left-handers hit only 215. So the lineup loaded with right-handed batters. 0-1 delivery by Wade. Good pitch down and in.
Yeah, and also Mitch Marlin struggling, what I think an 0 for 14. So, you know, you get him out, give him a day off. Travis, who had a nice year, contact hitter. Hope he matches up better against Miley.
0-2 delivery, and that one will be taken inside. They get Benintendi, the left-hander. Leon is a switch hitter, and Bradley a left-hander. Everybody else from the right side only. 2 down, nobody on here. Travis has a 2 for 2 against Wade Miley. 1-2 delivery will be put up in the air. Mancini. And Trey will put it away for the out. So Miley retires the first 6 Red Sox batters faced. We'll see Adam Jones coming up when we come back. Adams Jones Amazing Orioles RBI Player Award developed to recognize those active in the RBI Player Program, demonstrating a passion for the game of baseball and softball. Adam, with the presentations, talked about what it means to him and the kids.
And they've put in and understood the discipline that it takes to succeed in sports and in scholastics. You know, I didn't go to college to where I've done the student athlete, but I remember in high school how strict it was and how strict our coach was to make sure that our grades meant as much to us as it did to him, and we had good grades for our future. And you know, these kids are doing a tremendous job, not just in the classroom but between these lines. and they deserve awards and they deserve to be recognized for their tremendous accomplishment.
Chmielewski, Nevin Branham, Juan Lyles Jr., Jaden Humphreys, and Morgan White were those who received the awards from Adam before the game today.
Yeah, so congratulations to all of them. Yeah, I mean,
great. And good for Adam.
Oh yeah, well he gets it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he comes from where he saw a lot of people less advantaged than he did, and
doesn't forget.
No. You know, it's funny when the trading deadline was on, a lot of people thought that maybe Zach Britton, even though he had some elbow or wrist problems, whatever. I was talking to a Dodger scout that talked about Adam. He said, you know, he came from a bad neighborhood in San Diego, but he played on a travel team. He used to get up at about 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, get on a bus, go 30 miles, sit at a bus stop till he would come pick him up because of the traffic in Southern California down by San Diego. He would take him for breakfast every day.
Yep.
So again, he was smart enough to understand that he had people that cared about him. So he cares about, you know, people here in this community.
Sale's delivery will be foul back. Adam with a 4 for 20, including a home run. Lifetime off. Chris Sale, the 28-year-old. Most innings pitched, now 202 on the year. Sale owns that. Most strikeouts, 289. Second in ERA behind Corey Kluber at 2.86. And the batting average against him, 205. That is the second lowest batting average in the American League. Adam will take the pitch up high again. Heat, 95 on that one.
Yeah, we saw in that game up in May, he came out throwing 97, 98. It was right after the slide. He threw behind Manny Machado. Did not get ejected from the game.
Adam moved right off the fist.
Gosman hit Bogaerts with about a 70-mile-per-hour backup breaking ball and did get thrown out. But he was, and actually Kevin got one of his losses. Pitched, I think, third of an inning or whatever the case. So it didn't mean to hit him. That run would score and he would get the loss. But so the velocity may be down a little bit, but not pitching quite as well as he did early.
That's going to be a base hit into left field. Got one that was off speed and on the outside part of the plate, and Adam pulls the ball to left field, and the Orioles get their first hit, first base runner with a leadoff single here.
Yeah, so again, I mean, he started looking, and we told you a little bit of struggle in his last 6 starts, and I don't, you know, the average of runners in scoring position, that's gone up dramatically. That's how good he was. League average is right about where he is, but before was well below it. And then you look at, maybe they're hitting a few balls harder, but again, the hard hit balls have come down. So all in all, it's pretty much the same.
No better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Here is Wellington Castillo. Castillo with an 0 for 3 in the series, playing in one of the first 2 games. Red Sox trying to sweep a 3-game set here in Baltimore. The last time that happened was 2009, and it was in September, almost the same dates. In fact, it was the same dates. 18 through the 20th, 2009. Boston swept a 3-game set here in Baltimore. And that pitch will be right off the end of the bat and foul. The Orioles, of course, against the Red Sox, coming off the 3-game series they won at Fenway Park the last time these 2 teams met. So the teams trying to exchange sweeps at the other's ballpark here in their final 2 sets of the series on the year. Castillo with a 1-ball 1-strike count. Adam Jones, not a big lead over there at first base. Sale's delivery on the way, and that's going to miss inside.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Leon's caught all his starts. And somebody told me today, I was talking to Buster Oldie, he said, how about going a whole year where he's never shaken Sandy Leon off? And I'm going, I find that hard to believe, but apparently that's the case.
Goes with his catcher.
Yeah.
The catcher obviously knows what he wants to go with. 2-1 count. Long look over. Castillo will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 2-2.
So we've seen 94. There's 98. It's, you know, the big question today by a lot of the media, because I happened to pitch in the postseason, and he was going, well, you think Sale will be able to pitch in the postseason because he's never done it. And I go, if Chris Sale is healthy, he can pitch anywhere. He could pitch in the middle of a rainforest somewhere.
And a swing and a miss as Castillo goes after one. Third strikeout for Sale.
Yeah, there's a nice little slider. You know, you think you get one to hit, and then again, they're all different speeds. One could be 87. He could start off the plate, kind of backdoors it. So again, you got to try to think up the middle. And the other thing I've always been impressed about it, because you know he came right out of college and almost right immediately to the big leagues, he can pitch inside too. So again, you just can't look away.
Mark Trumbo's hit the lefties well at 279 this year against Sale. Also good career numbers, 5 for 20 with a homer, and the breaking ball nubbed off the end of the bat. That off-speed delivery had so much move on it. That was literally a cue shot. He was way out in front on the swing, and it hit right on the end of the bat.
Yeah, that's why he's checking it.
Don't see that very often. The ball actually moved back in and hit the end of the bat. 0-1 count.
Yeah, again, he's trying to time that slider, and literally get some chalk.
Wonder it didn't get stuck in that little indentation at the top. 0-1 delivery on the way to him, and that'll be outside.
Because it's funny when you look at the Red Sox, you know, their bullpen has just been lights out. Sale's never pitched in a postseason game. Porcello has never won one. Pomeranz one time. He's never won. Price has never won, even though he's not going to start because of the elbow injury. So while they're very competent pitchers and having great years, they're not tested in the postseason, and they're always going to ask the questions until you answer them.
1-1 delivery on the way. A chopper down to third, and that is going to go foul. The Red Sox could guarantee themselves a place in the postseason tonight. Their magic number is 2 to be in the postseason somewhere. That would be a wild card with that magic number, and that would require them to win and the Angels to lose. John Farrell's club magic number for the division is still 9, as it was at the start of the day, with the Yankees coming away with the victory over Minnesota in their game. The Angels will play later tonight at home against Cleveland, and the Angels are going to have a chance to cut the wild card lead, which of course currently is held by Minnesota, but with the Twins losing today, chance to cut that lead to a half game if the Angels win against Cleveland.
That's not easy, since they've won 25 of the last 26.
Another slow roller, shortstop Bogaerts. Pedroia turns it over in a hurry, and he gets the double play. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 2 complete, no score. Bernard Edwards from Glendon, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's Scratch House, win up to $50,000 instantly. Learn more at mdlottery.com/home run. Final game between these two teams. The youngsters will get a chance to come back, though, because Tampa Bay is going to be coming in a 4-game set. It'll be Fan Appreciation Weekend starting tomorrow night. The Gabriel Inoa going against Matt Andresi in game 1. 6:30 goes extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game against Tampa Bay. Wade Miley's retired all 6 faced. We go to the 3rd. Devin Marrero has not played in this series. He will lead it off, and Marrero takes the pitch away for a ball. Marrero getting the start against the left-hander, even with the .222 batting average. He's hit .313 off lefties down the line, and that will be out of play.
Yeah, and they also give us the note again, at least in 16 games this year, because they've had all kinds of problems. So they brought up Devers with injuries at third, so he's played all over the place. 16 games against the American League East, about .366, so good numbers.
That one will be fouled off. Nice play made.
Yeah. And the
Glove
other,
brought and caught.
Yeah, the other thing about Marrero, if you're going to, with Sale, he strikes out a lot of guys. You're going to get solid defense, Marrero, plus defender.
1 ball, 2 strike count on him. Marrero against the Orioles, 1 for 10 this year, and he'll lift that bat foot up as it'll come inside. Wade Miley, 66 wins, 72 losses in his career. Here in this ballpark, lifetime, Wade has won 5 and lost 10. Down to third base. Flaherty knocks it down. Arm off the bag, and he's safe. Yep. It'll be an error on Flaherty, as couldn't handle it cleanly, and then the throw brought Chris Davis off the bag.
Yeah, well, again, he hurt his shoulder in spring training. So, again, tough play. Backhand. He hadn't played a lot of third. Hadn't really played, period. And then, again, the arm strength lacking. So, Chris comes off. So again, not an easy play, but it's certainly a play that he usually makes, knocks it down. By that time, again, when your arm's not at 100%, and the only reason he's playing, obviously, is because Machado is not feeling well. And great slide. We have seen. I ran into Brian Butterfield, their third base coach. I said, "You got like a track team." He said, "That's what I want to hear." He said, because you really need to go out and tell some of our media, because they do make outs on the bases being aggressive. He said, we run hard. That's what I want. I got to trust my base runners that they're going to get the right leads and whatever. And we've seen some terrific speed and great base running from the Red Sox.
They get it up and down the lineup. I mean, they're stolen bases. They got 102 stolen bases, for heaven's sake, and only 30 caught. Pitch is going to be taken away in this day and age. That's an enormous number.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Sandy Leon, runner on at first. Orioles continue at 6th in the league fielding defense this season. Nowhere near what they've been the past few years, when they were 1 or 2 and largely 1. 88th error committed by the Orioles. And the pitch by Miley will be taken inside, and a 2 ball, 1 strike count on Leon.
Well, you talk about it all the time. You got to pick up your third baseman here and make a good pitch. And again, when you're on the top of your game, and Wade's been very good through through the first 7 hitters. You can see Ryan already, again, not playing. It's not easy.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that's down low. Leon is a switch hitter. Better average this side of the plate, 246. Only 213 the other way. Leon's got some power. 6 home runs, 5 of them hit left-handed. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Jackie Bradley Jr. waiting on deck. Red Sox have won 87 ball games so far this season. They won 93 last year.
Well, 10 out of their last 13 ever since they left New York on September 3rd. The Yankees have gone 11-4. They've gone 10-3. So it's kind of a foot race all the way to the wire. The Yankees certainly not going away.
Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way, and that will be away. So Miley surrenders the walk, and the Red Sox have the first 2 on here in the 3rd inning. On Friday, the Orioles will kick off Fan Appreciation Weekend versus the Rays with the year's final fireworks night. Celebrate the final weekend of the regular season at Oriole Park. Tickets available for as low as $15. Get yours at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. 2 on, nobody out. Jackie Bradley Jr. coming to the plate. Here in the first 2 games of the series, the Red Sox have gone 6 for 16 with runners in scoring position. They are 3rd in the league. Check swing. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Flaherty playing even with the bag at 3rd. Jackie Bradley Jr.'s got good speed. Everybody else in the infield back at double play depth. A couple of home runs against the Orioles this year for Bradley, 9 RBIs. Chopper to first, Davis over, nice play. He'll get the out at first base. It will move the runners up.
Yeah, productive out. I mean, quickly pounced on by Chris Davis, but the runners move up. And again, as we told you, Wade Miley has dominated left-handers. So again, at least Bradley does his job. And you know, sometimes, and of course, you don't want to have a big lead for Chris Sale. You might take a gamble and play your infield in, but that's not going to be the case here. You'd rather give up 1 than 2.
So they'll stay back against Bogaerts. Bogaerts has grounded out first at bat, second and third, Marrero and Leone. And Bogaerts the RBI chance with 1 down. He will take the pitch down low for a ball. Bogaerts hitting .270 in these situations this year. Wade Miley, strikeouts, 133 of them, less than 1 per inning. He'd love to find one here against Xander Bogaerts. 1-0 pitch to him. That'll miss outside, off speed delivery, and the count goes to 2-0. Red Sox, of course, winning these games against the Orioles 1-0 in the extra inning ball game last night, and then in that 10-8 win in the extra inning ball game in game 1. 2-0 pitch, and that one will miss. Count goes 3-0 with Pedroia waiting on deck. Marrero and Leone, StatCast powered by AWS.
Yeah, so again, if you end up walking Bogaerts, you got Pedroia waiting on deck, even though he's 0 for his last 15. He's hitting .343 with runners in scoring position, and when he gets to the plate, big inning comes into play.
And he'll take it. It'll be in there for a strike.
Yeah, Bogaerts can hit a ground ball to the right side with the best of them, and if he does that, you'll get a run. He's looking obviously for more of that, but fly ball, ground ball, you know, unless it would be sharply hit at Chris Davis, I would imagine any ground ball other than to Miley will score a run.
3 ball, 1 strike count. Miley stepping off, one of the signs again. So Bogaerts stepped out, and now there will be a meeting here as Wellington Castillo will come out. Orange McDowell, first year pitching coach of the Orioles. It has been a tough one. I mean, the starting rotation has been all over the place. Not good. Last in the American League ERA. The Orioles have had to use the bullpen extensively, so there's been a lot of work to be done in trying to figure out day to day who's available, who isn't, how many innings can you afford to give a given reliever on a given day. That's been a constant problem.
They are at this point higher than they've ever been in the history of the Orioles. 2008 I think was 5.51. They're at 5.61 coming in. Now that could go down. Collectively not where they want to be.
3-1 pitch on the way, and that'll be foul back.
Yeah,
so
good changeup. Yeah, nice little 3-1 changeup. So now you get to the point, and again, you know who's on deck, but very comfortable pitch at 3-2. I was looking at the batting average. We talked about all the times he's done it. They're only hitting 148. All those 3-2 counts. A 148 batting average.
Now the infield is drawn in, and the pitch is inside. So he came back on him and lost him. 2 walks and an error in the inning are going to load the bases for the Red Sox.
You can't let and I think he's done it. You can't let an error, especially just a ground ball that dropped and then a bad throw. You can't let it dictate your inning. And again, if Flaherty makes the error and then you exacerbate it by walking 2 guys, that's where you get into big innings. And with Chris Sale, that's not where you want to be if you're the Orioles.
So the bases are loaded. Dustin Pedroia popped out his first time up. He is 0 for 15. His last 15. Miley faces a bases loaded situation for the 17th time this year. Miley has given up 4 hits in the previous 16 occasions. Pedroia with the sacks full, chance to do real damage. 5 for 9 with the bases loaded this year, and add another. No. Second base, double play. J.J. Hardy hauls it in, and they get Leone off the base, and that will end the inning. A big double play. Hardy quickly, Scope covers. They'll leave a couple on and get none in. reached an agreement, 1 year, $13 million extension for Marco Estrada. That, according to MLB.com's John Morrissey, he will join Marcus Stroman, Happ, and Sanchez if all goes well in what should be pretty good rotation. Joe Maddon returned to Tampa Bay with the world champion Cubs, managed there, of course, for so long. And overall, said the St. Pete Times, a good Tuesday night for Maddon. 2-1 win, warm welcome back. Players, staff, loud crowd, 25,046, even though they hiked the prices with the cheapest ticket at $44. Unbelievable. The video set appropriately to good vibrations, highlighting some of the offbeat antics, the animals in the clubhouse, the themed dress-ups, etc. Maddon was back. Spoke obviously very positively about the time in Tampa Bay.
Well, what they went to the playoffs 4 out of 6 years when he's met.
So a scoreless game, bottom half of the third inning. Chris Davis with a couple of hits, 15 at bats against the left-hander Sale. Davis will take a breaking ball. That's going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, I kind of loved it. They asked Kevin Cash, who manages the Rays now, actually played for Joe Maddon. He said, because they call Joe, what, Merlot Joe, because he loves red wine.
That one fouled away.
Antique cars, meditates, Springsteen, travels to Europe, abroad, did take the Cubs to the World Series. They said, Kevin, you like wine? He goes, they had one glass, spit it out. I'm a Jack Daniels guy.
Yeah.
Maybe a beer.
Some people don't discover the good stuff. He apparently is one of them. 0-2 count. Chris Davis. Sale the windup and the delivery, and a pitch taken up high, and the count will go to 1-2.
Merlot Joe.
No, that's
he didn't watch
it.
He
knew wine. He knows wine. Yeah. The wine we drank in his clubhouse after games was as good as you'll find anywhere. 1-2 delivery. That's a strike. Sale's got 4 strikeouts as Davis is retired.
Well, for a strikeout, and again, you know, Leon right on the corner. Ball is right around the edge of the plate. And so there you go. Consecutive seasons, 200 strikeouts. Lolich did it 6 times. Sudden Sam McDowell. Sale now 5 times. Randy Johnson, Hall of Fame. Santana, 2 Cy Youngs. Rube Waddell back in the early 1900s, 4 times.
J.J. Hardy coming up. That was our Coons.com league leaderboard. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coon.
Yeah, I saw that note today, and I went back and, you know, it pitched against Mickey Lolich. In 1971, Mickey Lolich pitched 376 innings in 1 year. He won 25 games, 25-14, 2.92 ERA, 29 complete games. And then he was the MVP of 68 World Series. Even though McLean won 31 games that year, Denny McLean, first 31 game winner since Dizzy Dean.
1-1. They talk about records that won't be broken. Those kinds of innings pitch records, the way the game's going, nobody's going to even come close.
But 300. I mean, I got the 323. I thought that was a lot, but 376.
Now you get to 200 and the world explodes. Think you're the greatest thing in the history of the game. Ball in the air to center field, hit it hard, but it's not traveling here tonight. It'll be hauled in by Bradley.
Yeah, nice swing by JJ, who got a couple of hits up in New York. You know, broken hand really kind of short circuited this year, caused the Tim Beckham trade from right before the trading deadline down from Tampa Bay to the Orioles.
So the Orioles are up to 19 2/3 innings without a run. The Orioles franchise record, believe it or not, is 33 innings without a run. That was back in 1957. So the Orioles aren't even close to being in the top 7 such situations. In 2012, the Orioles went 28 innings without scoring a run. So did the 58 Orioles. So this march right now of 19 2/3, not close to any records in franchise history for scoreless innings. However, doesn't make them feel any better.
No. And it makes it harder to win games, even though the pitching's gotten better. Pitching has been better in at least in most games over the course of September.
1-1 breaking ball, and Flaherty will take that one.
Well,
you 1-2 count.
You know, you've been hurt. You've had a lat pull. I mean, it started in spring training, got shots, tried to play, a long time to heal, and now you get a chance to play, and you got Chris Sale.
He's only had 5 at bats against the left-handed pitcher this year. 1 for 5. Hangs in though, fouls that one.
Yeah,
back.
and he'll battle him. I mean, you know, he actually early on, you know, again, his strength is up the middle with occasional power. And he's always hit well against the Red Sox. You know, comes from Maine. You know, dad a college coach up there, so Buck, he loves to play at Fenway Park.
1 ball, 2 strike count. There are 2 down, nobody on. Orioles have had 1 hit. Flaherty reaching. Did he go? Yep. Mislinski next call down at third base, and Ryan Flaherty's out of there. That'll be strikeout number 5. Orioles are retired in order for the 2nd time in 3 innings. Brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. I read that so many times, I bought one. Throw down as we get set to go to the 4th inning. And again, we've got a pitching duel underway, as we had in the ball game last night with Kevin Gausman, Drew Pomerantz working their magic.
Yeah, nice guided line drive right to Hardy to get out of the inning with the bases loaded. Pedroia, really, I mean, it was one of those great at bats. Waited on the curveball, but hit it right at Hardy. They turned the double play, and you get to go to the bench.
So maybe the tables will turn, and as the Orioles had a couple of runs they thought they could get, but defensive plays took them out of it. At least one of those has happened tonight now against the Red Sox for the Orioles. Strike taken. Benintendi up there. Benintendi grounded out his first time up. He's faced Miley only 3 times, 1 for 3. The Red Sox this year are .500 against left-handed starters. They're 17-17. That's tied for 6th. The Orioles are 26-22 against left-handed starters. They are 3rd in the league. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Benintendi's going to make a big turn. Will he test the arm? Halfway down? No. He will make his way back. So Benintendi's on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, .231 hitter against lefties, and you know, again, plays a lot, 104 at bats, and a little softy into left field.
Benintendi made his mark. He's ready to go in left field for a long time for this ball club. Here is Mookie Betts, grounded out his first time up. Betts has been on an RBI tear for the ball club. 16 RBIs last 11 games for Betts. Benintendi takes a pretty big lead. Base stealers against Wade Miley have gone 5 out of 9, but it's not easy, and Benintendi's challenging him in the delivery on the way, and Betts will take it inside for a ball.
He actually had a one-way lead where you get a big lead and then you go back. Ruben Amaro Jr., the first base coach, and don't be surprised. Again, you get that kind of big lead. You know, Wade Miley is about as good a move as anybody in the game now.
Delivery to Betts, and that'll be inside out down the line, right field, long run. Hayes charging over and will not have a play. Bounces into the seats. He's getting his work done and right. Boy, he's for someone who has just come up here and taken balls off that scoreboard in order to learn how to play right field. He has done an outstanding job defensively as well as with the bat at the plate. Betts now 1 ball 1 strike count. There's a throw over.
Yeah,
Base stealers. Benintendi's got 19. Betts has got 24. Raja Davis has got 28 to lead the team. Nunez, who is out injured, has 18. They got a lot of double-digit base stealers for this day and age. 1 ball 1 strike count. Throw over again.
Yeah, you look at Benintendi and you look at Freddie Lynn. You know, Lynn in his first year. I mean, Freddie in his first year with the Red Sox hit .337, and Benintendi, you know, 21 home runs. Benintendi's got 19. A lot of comparisons. Both really good defensive players.
1-1 delivery on the way is a strike.
Yeah, right around the knees.
So Betts with a 1 ball 2 strike count on him. Miley with 2 walks 1 strikeout through the first 3 innings of the game. Each team has picked up 1 hit. Benintendi getting the first one here in this inning for the Red Sox. Big hole towards second. Ball hit the other way. Golf. That'll be back and goodbye home run. Mookie Betts on a 1-2 count. Delivers a 2 RBI homer, the second long ball he's had against the Orioles this year. 2-0.
Yeah, now 5 home runs in his last 11 games. It is the same pitch that Pedroia lined out to shortstop for the double play. Both curveballs. And again, about the curveball, I always felt it was harder to maybe throw it for the corner. You just hope you throw it. Watch this curveball. Again, it's going to come in. Look where it ends up. So it right in the middle of the plate. And again, he's so strong, such a quick bat. And 2 quick RBIs, 4 on Monday night, 2 here, and now, boy, he's red hot.
Mookie Betts, 96. The RBI department on the season, so he moves up in a tie for 9th in the league now in RBIs. Betts with his 23rd home run, clears the bases, nobody on, 2-0 lead. Foul back Ramirez.
You take a look and you're trying to get him to roll over, and he rolls over into the seats. Well, it's at probably what about, what did we say, 375 feet in a hurry.
For Betts, that is the 11th home run that he has hit here at Camden Yards. 1-1 delivery. Ramirez lifts one foul. Betts has against the Orioles 12 home runs, and 11 of them are hit here in his career. This is a ballpark where he's hit just under 300. John Farrell's ball club, and used the long ball successfully. For Ramirez, the strikeout victim his first time up. Hasn't had a hit in his last 12 at bats. 1-2 delivery from the left-hander, and Miley will be inside to him. Knocks him over the plate. 2-2.
Yeah, 287 with 30 home runs last year, and over what 111 RBIs. He almost doubled the amount of home runs and RBIs from his first year in the Red Sox the year before, where they signed him along with Sandoval, and then put Hanley in left field. That didn't work out well.
Hit hard and foul.
He is not a left fielder.
No.
Came up as a shortstop, can play third. Very comfortable last year playing first, but shoulder problems this year that you mentioned.
First base would be, if you asked him a preference, that would be it. Moreland, of course, once Moreland came, it kind of rode him into the DH role, which they needed to fill with David
which would
Ortiz.
be fine if he was healthy. Yeah. And he just hasn't been able to do that this year.
2-2 delivery on the way, and the pitch will be taken outside. So the count goes to 3-2. Another 3-2 count from Wade Miley. That's the 4th in this game already at 3-2. The DH, Travis on deck. Pitch on the way. That's going to go to right center for a base hit. Adam Jones will try and cut it off. Can't. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Ramirez on his way to second. He's got a stand-up double. So a single, a home run, and a double for the first 3 batters here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, 106 miles per hour in line drive, and when you hit it that hard up the gap, and he runs pretty well, he gets out of the box. So again, the first time he struck out on a 3-2 pitch right down the middle. This time a little more patient. And one of his strengths is right center field. He can hit the ball to right field with the best of him, and that's what he does. But he'll settle for a double.
So another RBI chance. Red Sox have already gone 0 for 2 in these situations. Travis gets the opportunity. He flied out to left field. His first time up. Sam Travers, delivery to him, and that will be down low for a ball. Travis with a hit and 5 at bats so far in this series. Red Sox continue to play at a very high level here in the final month. They are 11-6 in September. Full cut on that one. 1-1 for Travis. He's looking for his first hit with a runner in scoring position. He came up, expanded roster. He's 0 for 10 coming into the ball game.
No, a ground ball to the right side would suffice here. He would get high fives from all his teammates even if he makes an out to get the runner at third. And you got Marrero. You probably have to bring your infield in with Sale on, so he'll make him a better hitter.
2-ball 1-strike count on him. 6 for 17 since coming back to the big club. He will foul that one off at the plate.
Well, what, he's got 18 hits in the big leagues, 14 against lefties, and 6 of those extra base hits, or at least, and 5 of them against left-handers. So he's done a nice job of platooning. Chili Davis talking to Vasquez, Billy the hitting instructor.
2-ball 2-strike count. Miley, he'll have to wait as Travis will back out. Ramirez not fast, the base runner at second, and got him on an off-speed pitch. So Miley picks up his second strikeout, first out of the inning.
Yeah, I think this was the intent on Mookie Betts. You know, throw him the curveball and get him to roll over, especially with a runner at second. He'd like to hit a ground ball to third. He doesn't even make contact. But Pedroia lined out. Betts hit a home run on this pitch, but Travis swings right through it.
So that'll bring Marrero to the plate. He reached on an error in the third inning. They loaded the bases with 1 down. But a line out by Pedroia ended it. That one right in off the fist. Fouls it off on the first base side. And a 1-strike count. Devin Marrero getting opportunities in and out of the lineup for the ball club. Here a chance to get Morale to get the Ramirez in from second base. 0-1 delivery will cut inside where Miley always tries to go against these right-handed hitters. Down and in, and then he'll give you something away to look at.
Yeah, that's kind of the way he started the year. Then he tried to go away. That didn't work. That's when he got really wild. And
that one in the air to right center field. Going back, Adam Jones looking up, way back, and goodbye, home run.
Wow.
Second home run of the inning as Marrero clocks one to right center field. And yet another multi-homer game, a multi-RBI homer against the Orioles.
Well, this guy doesn't usually clock him. He's more of a line drive hitter. And again, this ball just sails out of here. Fastball up and away. You think it's going to be a double, and it just keeps going. You could see like a four-seamer. I mean, right down the middle. And he blasted.
So the long ball, Wade Miley, costing him again.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Jones just runs out of room in a hurry.
4-0 lead. 23 home runs have been hit by the right-handers against Miley, and only 1 by a left-hander.
Yeah, they get Sale about what, 4.87 runs a game, and you know, they want to make it a little bit easier for him. Get him early.
Marrero now with 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. That is his first career home run against the Orioles. Goes golfing on that one, down and in, tipped it, fouled. Leon drew a walk his first time up.
Yeah, and it all started with a soft single by Benintendi, who really doesn't hit lefties that well, to left field. Started the whole rally.
Oh, 2 count. And that one will be fouled off the end of the bat and goes the other way.
Oh, they're swinging hard.
So Wade Miley went through the first 3 innings with help from his D to hold him down, but here in the 4th, 2 2-run homers, and that one will miss down low, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Home run wise, Orioles have out-homered the Red Sox 23-17 this year. Miley will miss with that one, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, coming into the game in this series, what, 2 solo home runs, one by Bogaerts, one by Alvarez, the only home runs hit.
2 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and went golfing again. He didn't touch that one. He is tagged, and a strikeout, number 3 for Miley.
So back-to-back, or at least 2 strikeouts here in the 4th, both on curveballs. Travis swings through it. Leone chases.
Miley got some real help in that at bat on those pitches that were down. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 down, nobody on. Left-handed hitter and a home run cut by Jackie Bradley Jr. It's the old corkscrew yourself into the ground on that swing.
Yeah, he saw a curveball and started swinging.
Miley, the 0-1 delivery. Another one that gets a big cut on.
Well, they're perfect pitches. You know, the one to Betts landed in the middle of the plate. You know, the one to Pedroia that he lined out with the bases loaded into the double play, that was more in the middle of the plate, but better located. And there's another one that's, if you're going to throw back to back to back, that third one better be as good or better. Now what?
Bradley is 3rd in average by left-handed hitters against left-handed pitchers, 298. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery to him, will be outside. Wanting him to go after it again, wouldn't do it. Count goes 2-2. So the home runs, we'll talk about them a little later. New record already set for the year. It's going to be a mighty big one as they continue to fly out of the yards. That'll go back to Davis and right through his glove and over Scopes. Chris Davis got back, tried to play it on the side, couldn't do it, and Bradley reaches.
Yeah, he hits a lot of balls with top spin, and this is one of them. So again, you read that, it's kind of like playing tennis off the racket. Now you know it's going to be a big hop. So if he comes in, it's going to be a short hop. You try to get it, and I don't know how they'll score that. That's not an easy play. It's usually a play that Chris makes, and I guess they're going to score it an error.
So the second error committed by the Orioles in the game. Roger McDowell comes out now to talk to Wade Miley. The bullpen will be activated for Buck Showalter. The woes of the starting rotation continues.
Well, the pitch count's at 79, and you know there was a little wildness in the 3rd, and then you know here a lot of pitches here in the 4th inning. You know, going along with them is a couple of home runs.
Orioles starters a 5.61 ERA, which is the highest. 2nd most hits per 9 innings. They've given up the 3rd most home runs coming into the game, the starters for the Orioles. Xander Bogaerts, runner on at first, inning extended with the error. Bogaerts has drawn a walk, and he has grounded out. This will be the 8th Red Sox to hit here in the 4th inning. Bogaerts moving into leadoff spot. 19th game he's hit leadoff. He's hitting just under 300 as a leadoff batter. Pitch taken inside on a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. John Farrell continues to move players around in the lineup. Still looking for the DH. Still looking for what he wants for the postseason at 3rd. Going to get a look at it here towards the end of the season, but it's in circumstances where he's got to play to win. Can't just put people out for the sake of seeing them at a position. 1-1 delivery will be taken down low, and Miley goes to 2-1. 83 pitches.
Well, Bogaerts, you know, the last 2 years, what, 192, 196 hits. Yeah, he's a hit machine. He can hit anywhere in the lineup. And he can lead off. A great, ideal second place hitter because of his ability to hit behind the runner, hit it into right field.
Miley with a 2-1 delivery to him. Bogaerts fouls it off the other way. Kind of hard to believe. You look at the leaders in the American League. A gentleman on the left and a smiling youngster on the right.
Well, your type of guy, because he's eating ice cream. No
Fine man. That's why he gives away the ball. Any man who eats ice cream would give a baseball to a kid. Proven. Proven. Johns Hopkins studied that. That ball is fouled off outside of third. I was going to say, looking at the American League leaderboard, generally with Ortiz, especially when he was playing, you'd look and you'd see all the dark lines of the Red Sox players in every offensive category. There's hardly a 1 in offensive leaders this year. Mookie Betts in runs scored is 6th. He is also 3rd in doubles. He enters those categories more than any other Red Sox player. Fouled off. We mentioned how they're last in home runs, 1st in singles this year. Direct opposite of the kind of team that's been playing in Boston the last 10 years.
Well, you're right, and they got swept in the series, the division series last year. Why? Because they got matched up with Cleveland, and and Cleveland would go all the way to what, Game 7, and I'm sure they're afraid of that again. But they're probably better to manufacture runs with this lineup than maybe last year.
And on the 41st pitch of the inning, the strikeout is recorded. The Red Sox have two RBI homers. 4-0 lead. Fifth season of Maryland football now on sale, start at just $25. Visit terps125.com or call 1-800-IM-A-TERP to purchase your tickets now. And here on this night at Camden Yards, earlier today, recognition for the University of Maryland men's lacrosse team, the 17 NCAA champions. John Tillman, their head coach. They beat Ohio State 9-6 in the finals. And that's the 3rd men's title in school history and the first one they've had since 1975. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. That's quite a distinction.
It certainly is.
We used to play those charity basketball games. We play, we play Hopkins, their lacrosse team or whatever. You come out with bruised hands and they'd be slapping you all over the wrists and hands. And that's what they do in that sport if they don't knock you on your rear end.
And lacrosse being so popular on the East Coast, where it is played with a fever. Here's Austin Hayes, speaking of playing with a fever. Hayes, a strikeout victim. Fans already talking about the hustle they see out of this young player all over the place. He's a Charger, and fans appreciate that. 4-game hit streak for him. Struck out his first time up. Mancini, then Jonathan Scope against Sale. No walks, 5 strikeouts for the left-hander. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that will ride outside. This, of course, is where Hayes was at his best in the minors. Against the left-handers, he hit .411 this season combined, AA ball, and had 151 at bats against lefties.
Yeah, well, this still will be a test, as we know, and it's all part of the process. Come to the big leagues, You see guys with maybe the breaking ball a little bit sharper, more consistent, better, more velocity, ability to hit their spots, stay out of the middle of the plate, and you have to adjust to it.
2-2 delivery to Hayes, and he will go down swinging for the second time and the 6th strikeout for Sale.
And there's a great changeup. So again, if you can't read the arm speed of the good changeup, and Sale has as good as anybody. He's 6'6", arms and legs, and then he makes a great. I mean, look at the quality. It's just off the corner, but the illusion is, especially with 2 strikes, and that's one of the keys. He got to 2 strikes. It's going to be on the corner.
1 down. Boring in on Trey Mancini, also a strikeout victim. With all the Ks he's piled up this year, Sale's high this year is 13. He has done that 3 times. His career high is 15. He has done that twice. 0-1 pitch. That's what he's been doing to the right-handers. Down and in, and then fastball up. 0-2.
Yeah, he can play catch with his catcher quite often because of the quality of the stuff. And
0-2 delivery on the way. And that's all the way off the glove to the backstop. In the live ball era, 1900, Sale has a strikeout to walk ratio lifetime of 5.09. That is the highest. And we told you that his ratio right now is 7, so it's even better than that on this season.
Yeah, that's strikeouts to base on balls, and yeah, one of those rare type of guys. And of course, Randy Johnson would end up being that when he came up. I mean, he was a little bit taller than Chris, what, 6'10". But he mechanically, once he, Tom House, who was Nolan Ryan's guy down in Texas, said, hey, start on the ball, you're fit and land on it. Everything kind of changed for Randy. Yeah.
1-2 is going to miss, a little bit low. Good take by Mancini. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Manny Machado, they were thinking of sending him home. He is sick. Does not feel well at all. And they were talking before the game about maybe sending him back home rather than having stay here. But obviously he is still here. Tim Beckham had the wisdom tooth operation today, emergency one, so he is out. Zach Britton, examination's going to be done on Zach tomorrow. There's a question whether he will pitch again this year for the Orioles. That knee is a problem. It's not getting better. It needs rest. They're not going to do anything to it surgically in the offseason. Zach said it's going to take a couple of months for that to heal, and whether or not they pitch him again this year is up in the air and will depend on the examinations tomorrow.
Yeah,
3-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, that little plica band which causes friction right when he, as you were talking about the other night, right when he explodes and releases the ball.
Ground ball hits Sale. It's going to be a base hit. Sale walking around as though he's okay. John Farrell starts up out of the dugout looking out. Sale ignoring everything.
No, yeah. Don't establish eye contact. He's not going to come get you. Actually, the ball hit pretty sharply. So, Mancini right back up the middle. That's what he does so well. Gets him somewhere on the back of the leg. And a little bit right here. Yeah, maybe the left leg.
So Trey Mancini an infield single with 1 down. And the Orioles get their second hit. He is such a string bean. Trying to hit him with a baseball back up the middle. You really got to aim it.
Like a pipe cleaner.
Yeah. Pitch on the way to third. In the air. Out recorded. Marrero hauls it in off Scope's bat.
Yeah, they knew they're going to get good defense. Devers has made a couple of errors, and but right here, I mean, it's one thing Marrero does. He makes it look pretty routine. That 2-run home run to right center was a little unexpected. A little change up, kind of a hook line drive that he stays with. Good base running by Mancini. Didn't get doubled up.
And that'll bring up Adam Jones. Adam is the other hit off Sale, a base hit. He got in the second inning. Orioles here in September are 5-13. And right now, if there is a goal left, it is to get to 500. They've got to go 8-2 over the final 10 to avoid a losing season. Pitch outside. And The Blue Jays are only a game and a half behind them in last place.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay they're going to play for what, 6 more games, actually 7 more games. They are 1 game up in the loss column, and they were, when I last looked, ahead of the Cubs 4-0 down in Tampa.
1-0 delivery on the way. Jones will take it outside. Count goes to 2-0 from Sale, who has not walked anybody in the ball game. Red Sox have been in first place in the East since August 1st. That lead has hung around 3 games for the most part over the Yankees. Breaking ball hard in, will miss, and a 3-0 count. So after getting hit on the back of the leg with that drive by Mancini, got scope on a hard hit ball on the next pitch, but he falls behind Jones 3 out of the strike zone. 3-0 delivery. Sale will find the strike zone on that one, and it goes to 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be accusing aiming a 3-0 pitch at 98 miles per hour. There's Carl Willis, his pitching coach. 98 3-0. That wouldn't get me over fastball.
3-1. Mancini short lead at first base. Jones goes after it up the stairs.
Yeah, there's 98 again. And he goes, well, I better get out of here, go rest, get back and take a seat. Well, he can go to another level, and that's why he's a #1 guy. And they got him because they traded the #1 prospect in baseball, Moncada, to the White Sox. And that's how you get a Chris Sale.
And the 3-2 delivery on the way, and Jones will follow back. Strikeout wise against the Orioles this year, 11 in one game, 9 in another. So far he's got 6 in this one. He has beaten the Orioles 4 consecutive starts. The 2 this year and the last 2 before that. So he started out against the Orioles 0-2 in his career, and now is 4-2. 3 ball, 2 strike count on Jones. 4-0 lead. Red Sox up. Sale's delivery to Adam, a breaking ball, and right there. 7 strikeouts, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 4-0 Boston.
Fifth round draft choice last year, at pitch 1 really 9 innings down at Aberdeen. This year a full season, so he will go. He's had a nice year, Actually, was make a 2nd round guy. He was the 56th choice last year in the draft. So left-hander, 6 feet, listed about 225. So he'll get a little more. And again, the instructional league is something that Buck Showalter believes a lot in. You go down there, work on your command, any other things you need to improve.
So Wade Miley remains on here with the Red Sox with a 4-0 lead on the 2 home runs. Betts and Marrero, both in the 4th inning. 8 came to the plate. The only one who didn't make it up in that inning was Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia's popped out, and he is lined into a double play. 3 have been left on by the Red Sox so far. The Orioles have left only 1. Pedroia stands in, trying to get out of the 0 for 16 that he is in right now. Miley's pitch to him, taken down low for a ball. Miley's 2-0 mark against the Red Sox this season in jeopardy in the middle of this ball game. Again, leaning out over the plate, taken. Pedroia gets ahead on the count, 2-0. For Pedroia this year, 46 walks, 47 strikeouts. Again, limited number of at-bats compared to what he'd usually have. Goes to short. J.J. Hardy's throw is there in time. 1 down, 5th inning. On Saturday, as part of Fan Appreciation Weekend, when the Orioles take on the Rays, 7:05, all fans 15 and over get the Orioles hooded sweatshirt. Prepare for the chill of fall with the postseason race heating up. Final Saturday of the regular season. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Benintendi, a base hit, scored, and he has grounded out. And he will take the pitch for a strike. 19 homers, 87 RBIs, big output.
No, yeah, for a rookie.
He,
in Boston.
Judge, and Mancini have been among the leaders offensively in the rookies in the American League.
Yeah, power numbers go down against the lefties, but as you saw, I mean, loop one into left to start the 4-run rally.
Breaking ball will miss.
Yeah, and you're not the 7th guy picked in the draft out of college, out of the University of Arkansas, if you can't hit lefties and haven't seen him. Well, he's acquitted himself well.
He'll take that pitch, and again, not going to get a call on it, and the count will go to 3-1 on Benintendi with Betts waiting on deck. And Miley's 3-1 pitch, breaking ball up.
Wow.
So that'll be walk number 3. And the Orioles bullpen, this time in earnest, is going to start warming up. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in our ball game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Yeah, the other thing, and you just saw it with Andrew Benintendi, I mean, there's only one guy, and he's stepping to the plate now as Mike Wright gets up, start throwing again. And Oriole bullpen that's walked more on the Red Sox, and that's Mookie Betts. So for a young hitter willing to take a walk, that's huge.
1 down, 1 on. The home run, his 23rd, came in the 4th inning. Mookie Betts. Pitch will be taken away for a ball. As always, Benintendi extends that lead. Freezes, comes back as the pitcher delivers. And it'll be taken inside, a 2-0 count. Wade Miley now is up to 87 walks, 136 strikeouts. 2-0. Jumped up a little bit in the batter's box. Pitch, though, is a breaking ball that missed down low. So he's 3-0 in this one.
Yeah, he just gets so quick. He goes right, home plate straight ahead. And then it's hard to really stay behind your pitches, and that leads to wildness. I think it also, you don't get as much movement, don't get as much deception.
3-0 pitch on the way. He'll take it. It will be a strike. For Wade Miley here at home this year, he's had 14 starts, won 3, lost 5. ERA at 4.59 in games at home. A little better than his 5.32 overall. 3-1 count. And he'll walk him. So 4 walks surrendered, and that's going to be it for Wade Miley. Tough one. Another just tough start with the pitch count exaggerated by the walks and the 4 3-2 counts we saw in the ball game. So there are 2 on, only 1 away here in the 5th inning. And again, the Orioles bullpen will be called on to pitch a good deal here in this one. Red Sox have a 4-0 lead.
Two-run home runs, Marrero and Betts in the 4th inning. And again, control problems get them out of the game easy. Now your Jiffy Lube, regular oil changes at Jiffy Lube will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner, longer. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Mike on as he did in New York, 3 2/3 innings in relief of Wade Miley. And gave up 3 runs and a home run. So not a lot of innings. Had some shoulder problems earlier on, and probably would have seen him a little bit more, even possibly as a starter. But that kind of short-circuited his season.
So as a reliever with the Orioles, this will be his 19th career relief appearance. 1-0, 4.5 ERA. As a starter, lifetime 5-9 with the Orioles and an ERA of 6.3. Orioles had so hoped he would be battling for one of those positions in the starting rotation. The numbers just did not justify it. Runners on at first and second base. 1 down. Benintendi at second. Betts at first. Both drew walks. Ramirez a double scored in the 4th inning. He came in ahead of the home run by Marrero. He punched one into right center field that ended up rolling all the way to the wall.
Well, Mike throws two fastballs, 4-seamers, and a 2-seamer. And again, that was the 2-seamer, but he kind of out of his hand it was a ball. So the Orioles would love him to make a pitch here, either slider or maybe get a ground ball, turn 2 and get off the field.
4th game against the Red Sox. He's given up 5 runs, 6 hits in 5 innings against Boston. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. They've hit him at a 286 clip this year. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Good speed on the base pass. That'll be outside, and the count will go to 2-1 on Ramirez. Ramirez got out of an 0 for 12 with a double he picked up in the 4th inning. And he, against the Orioles, has had 4 home runs this year himself. 2-1.
Yeah, he has really hurt the Orioles on a right-hander to right-hander on sliders. You know, you speed up the bat, make him a pull hitter.
Right, with the 2-1. And that one's got to go deep and into the corner. Trey Mancini's going to have to chase it down. Benintendi will score. Betts will make a turn. He will score easily. And the second double for Ramirez in the ball game. That's good for 2 RBIs and a 6-0 Boston lead.
Well, you want to throw him the slider. I mean, it's like you don't even remember the scouting reports. I mean, that's what he heard him, and you just gave him the numbers. If you don't know that, whether you're Mike Wright or you're Wellington Castillo, here's a slider. Not a horrible pitch, but it speeds the bat up. And he just wallops it down in the corner. And then, you know, Mookie Betts could run so well. I mean, it's almost like kind of waving to the fans coming around third because of his speed factor. Certainly not the case. Scores easily to make it 6-0.
So Ramirez picks up 2 RBIs. Orioles pitchers finding the Red Sox bats on these hits, getting 2 RBIs on each hit. 2 home runs and a double have accounted for the 6. And the pitch will be in the outside corner. Travis 0 for 2. He is flied out and struck out. Ramirez gets RBIs 56 and 57 on his 22nd double of the year. Red Sox 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and here's another chance. Wright with the 0-1 delivery. That'll be in the dirt. Castillo with a block on it. And the count goes to 1-1.
Well, they get enough runs. We'll see if John Farrell, you know that Chris Sale doesn't want to come out of a game. We'll see how long they'll go with him. And again, they were talked to David Price. We might see him tonight. He came in, pitched a couple of innings, and pitched well down in Tampa Bay. So an opportunity to rest Sale and also get Price some work.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Good pitch by Wright. Inside on the hands, and a 1 ball 2 strike count.
Couldn't tell if that was a changeup or maybe a sinker. But when Mike came up, his first start was against the Angels, and he was really impressive. Second start against the Marlins in Miami. Again, the fastball was 95 to 98. I haven't seen that kind of velocity a lot since then.
1-2. Ramirez off second base. That pitch will be outside. Sam Travis, games here in Baltimore. He's only played 4 of them, but he's picked up 3 hits and 9 at bats here in this ballpark. Limited action this season. Getting a chance here in September in and out of the lineup. 2-2. Not holding Ramirez tight. And the pitch is there for a strike. And he got him on a called 3rd strike.
Yeah, nice finish to that fastball right around the knees. He tried to swing it. Again, good movement right around the knees. Travis, I think, thinks it's low. Castillo kind of brings it back into the zone, but they get the call.
Marrero, a 2 RBI homer in the 4th inning, number 4 for him, and he has reached on an error. 2 down now with Ramirez at second base. Marrero will take the pitch down and away for a ball. There is Ramirez, 2 RBI double out there at second. Nobody close to him, so he's wandering at will. Right with a 1-0. That one will be on the outside corner. The Red Sox, despite being last in home runs, are still 6th in runs and average. They do that by getting guys on base, 5th in walks, 5th in on base percentage. They're just kind of turning around the way they score from last year to this year. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that is right there for a strike. He'd been working away, came back in, and Marrero not ready for the location on that one. 1-2.
And the other thing is, I mean, you take away Hanley Ramirez's 192 with runners in scoring position. They have a lot of guys in their lineup to get clutch hits.
One-two delivery on the way, stepped, foul. You go outside, you can see by that stride that Marrero takes. He's got that front foot headed down to third base, so coverage for the outer part of the plate a little bit tougher. He has to lean out to hit it. Count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think a leg kick has a lot to do with that, Gary. I think when we you kind of always look for those kind of things, whether you're watching film. See what the front shoulder does. See if he stays closed enough, maybe to be able to foul that ball off. And he surprisingly hit that home run to right center field.
1-2 deliveries coming again. And just missed
nice try. Yeah, nice effort right there. Mike Wright, maybe an inch or 2 off the outside corner. Yeah, I don't think he's going to hit that pitch. Move it over an inch or so.
Yep. Right with the 3 2/3 against the Yankees. Jim talked about 3 runs, 3 hits. Longest outing of the season for him was that outing against New York. And the 2-2 delivery, and that time he'll get him swinging. So Wright will get the strikeout. He gets 2 of them, and will retire the side here, but it's a 6-0 Red Sox lead. Time now for deeper coverage, brought to you by T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. Let's get down to Tom and Rick.
Well, Gary, this game was scoreless early on in the top half of the 4th inning, but we go back to the 4th inning, 1 on and 1 out, and Rick, Mookie Betts comes up, and he really owns Camden Yards.
He's been an Oriole killer since last year when he had 9 home runs against the Orioles, and this year and pretty much the same too. This hanging curveball here. Mookie Betts reaches out, just gets the good part of the wood on it. It flies to left field. You can see right there, no chance for Mancini to haul that one in. Mookie Betts with a 2-run shot that got the Boston Red Sox on the board, 2-0 above the Orioles.
Now, Betts has 5 home runs in his last 12 games this season, but at Camden Yards now, he's got 10 home runs and 25 RBIs against the Orioles. I mean, the guy plays in this ballpark like he owns it.
I think if he wants to come here, we can find some way to get him signed to a contract, because he pretty much loves hitting in this ballpark.
So Wade Miley left the game after 4 1/3 and 100 pitches, and the Orioles are now trailing by a score of 6-0 in this game as Mookie Betts hits a 2-run homer and Devin Marrero also hits a 2-run homer. That was the T-Mobile Deeper Coverage Pod Takeover. T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. Let's go back to Gary and Jim.
Tom and Rick, thank you very much. And taking a look, here's the box score for the Orioles. Not much against Sale.
No, man, he's good, real good. You know, there's not one guy down in the Oriole clubhouse that, I don't care, you know, look at the last 6 starts, not as good as maybe the previous 22 or 3 of them, that takes this guy lightly because of the stuff in the command. It's not only because of the pitches, but you know, again, he's deceptive, and you don't know what you're going to get. It's not a normal slider. It's a devastating slider with a changeup and a fastball that he'll move it around the 4 quadrants, and that's why he's a #1 pitcher.
20-game winners are not so common anymore in Major League Baseball. Sale's got a chance to do that, going after his 17th win in the ball game tonight. Corey Kluber has got an opportunity to be a 20-game winner as well. Only going to get 2 or 3 starts at most, and depending on what the situation is in the race for the postseason, may not get that last start. So
well, if Sale wins tonight, he'll be 17-7. Kluber's 17-4 with an ERA of about a half a run lower, and he's also on one of these 10-1 runs. He's been lights out.
So the Orioles trying to find a way to get on the board. It has been a while. Castillo a strikeout victim, then Trumbo and Davis. Sale with no walks and 7 strikeouts. Castillo one of the K's in the game. He will foul that one back on a pitch riding in. Orioles have had the unfortunate circumstance of having a month where their win percentage in September has really dropped off the map. They were 16-11 last September, had a good finish. As we said, they are 5-13 this September, with the remaining games here at home against Tampa Bay, and then 2 in Pittsburgh, and the final series in Tampa Bay.
Well, I've lived it, and you know, you certainly been around teams long enough. It's sometimes how you're playing and who you're playing.
That ball jammed him. He had to pull his hands in. Benintendi will go over and put it away.
Yeah, if you ever get any hang time with this outfield, they're going to run it down.
For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the American Diabetes Association. 376 walks, $18,800. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Sale gets the out. Trumbo up. Trumbo hit into a double play. Only the second time around for the Oriole hitters, and we are in the 5th inning. It's the efficiency of Sale, and the off-speed pitch had him waving on that one. 0-2.
Yeah, the ability to throw strike 1 and then strike 2, and then I always thought you could throw strike 1. Earl Weaver made that very clear to me early in my career. Throw strike 1. and then you just go from there.
Upstairs, foul tipped into the mitt, and there's another K.
You know, again, if you're 2-1, 1-0, 2-0, that you're probably going to take that pitch. But when you get to 2 strikes, and again close enough, just underneath the Orioles, the letter. Strikeout number 8.
2 down here in the 5th inning. Chris Davis, a strikeout victim. The Orioles, with that great August that they had, 17-12, dropping down to 5-13. All time, it's the 2nd largest decline from August to September in Orioles franchise history. And they can up that a little bit. One of the interesting things is that this year, the only team with a larger decline from August to September, the Dodgers. How about that?
Yeah, they got tired of winning.
Yeah. 1-1 delivery on the way, off the end of the bat, popped up. Bogaerts the only one over there with a shift on, and Sale cruises. Sales through the 5th inning. He retires the side in order. 6-0 Red Sox.
Sweep right here, bases loaded, Pedroia line drive, Hardy to scope, double play, but here come the Red Sox. Lead off base hit by Benintendi. Mookie Betts 2-run shot, double by Ramirez. Marrero makes it 4-0. They add 2 more in the 5th as Wade Miley leads. Mike Wright comes on, and those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Gosh, would you share just a little bit of those curls? Oh, love it. Annie, Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
In the mode of. Here's Leone. Mike Wright on the mound. He gave up a double. Ramirez got the 2 RBIs. The runs charged to Miley.
Yeah,
6 runs, 4 hits, 4 in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, a little cotton candy could change that hair color.
Yes, it would.
You know.
Perhaps I'll use that when people ask me what happened to my hair color. I ate a lot of cotton candy. It was all white. 1 ball, 1 strike on Leone, Bradley, and then Bogaerts to follow. Leone with a walk and a strikeout. Down to 3rd and foul. There wasn't anybody there.
No.
He could have gotten it by the bag.
Yeah, you make a good pitch down and away, and he, hits a routine ground ball to the left side. It's going into left field. Hardy the lone Oriole over there. I leave him. It's pretty much playing straight away shortstop, but on the grass.
1-2 came in a little off the fists and out of play.
Well, Mike Wright, he was a starter, and after the shoulders, he actually, not a very good record down at AAA Norfolk, which played under 500 this year, but 4-6 with a pretty low ERA. Pitched very well down the stretch, 369.
There are so many opportunities for the rights of the Orioles organization going into spring next year. Probably. I mean, this whole starting rotation has got to be looked at. You got Bundy and Gosman, and then what?
Well, you may have Miley if they pick up the option. You know, you saw it now. Estrada just signed that. We showed you the highlight.
That's going to be a base hit into center field. Got that one up and didn't miss it. Leadoff single, Leon.
So Estrada, what, makes $13 million, but he's 9-8. You know, he's a strike thrower. ERA was a little higher than normal. The runner in scoring position number was a little bit higher, but gives you a lot of innings. And you know, I think about Wade Miley. I think it's so frustrating not only for him but everybody involved. That stuff-wise, he's all right. Command. He's, you know, not where you want to be.
No.
And he works hard. It's just,
absolutely.
It's not like he's not trying, and he's just not getting the results.
Jackie Bradley Jr. has reached on an error, and he is grounded out. Swing and a foul tip. That one off Wellington Castillo.
Yeah, big swing by Bradley. He's looking for home run number 18. This slider ends up in the middle of the plate, and he airs it out. We saw him what he did against the lefty Miley on a couple of slow curveballs. He is not a big guy, you know, what, about 5'10", but generates a lot of power.
0-1 delivery on the way to him, and that'll jumping back from the plate. Six hits on the board for the Red Sox now. The Orioles have had only two singles. Jones in the second inning picking up one of them, and then in the fourth inning a TREY MANCINI infield hit that actually hit Sale on the mound, a comebacker. 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball is going to miss down low, and this patient Red Sox team living up to that here in this 3-game set. They will not chase.
Yeah, you're right, and you know, that wasn't a bad changeup, but it was a ball, and they recognize it. And, I mean, that's what hitting's all about. You know, the release point. Can you pick up the speed and the release point? And if you can, you got a better chance of reacting to the stuff. And that's why, you know, a lot of guys change arm angle. You have, you know, the Darren O'Days of the world. You have the, you know, the Chris Sales. You don't know where that arm. You think you're trying to pick up where he's releasing it. It's not an easy job. There's Darren. He's coming from down under.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Off first is Leon. Delivery by right, and that's going to come inside. So the count will go to 3-2 on Bradley, with Bogaerts, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck.
See, and then you get to the big leagues, and right there, I mean, that's a 2-2 pitch. You got a guy on. Do you want to go 3-2? The answer is no. I can tell you that. But he threw a slider, but he just didn't throw it for a strike. So you do go to 3-2.
Full count delivery on the way, and that'll be foul.
And if you had speed, Leon's not a fast guy, you might start the runner, and so the chances of getting a double play when you go to 3-2 are lessened. So again, you may get it out, but they may get a guy in the scoring position. And you know, in this game it's 6-0, but what if it's 2-1? Just those little things. And you know, everybody talks about Miguel Castro. For a 22-year-old kid, he's done a great job, but he'll have to learn all those little nuances of starting.
3-2 delivery on the way again, and that ball fouled the same place. Bradley's gone 1 for 3 off Mike Wright in his career. Red Sox trying to promulgate another big inning. The fourth inning, 4 runs, 4 hits. The fifth inning, 2 runs on 1 hit. Miley, who walked 4, 2 of the 4 that he walked scored, and those were the back-to-back walks in the fifth inning that came with 1 away and set up the Ramirez double. Full count delivery again, and another walk. That'll be the 5th walk surrendered by the Orioles, and the number 8 and 9 hitters are on with nobody out. The regular season schedule at Oriole Park comes to a close on Sunday. The O's will host the Rays 1:35, and that day all fans 14 and under will receive an Oriole Bird bobblehead toothbrush holder. Jim will come to your house and draw in the toothbrush should you ask for it. It is presented by United Concordia.
That was a palm tree.
Tickets start as low as $15. Get yours at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD.
Sorry, my last name is Palmer. You know, palm tree came out very quickly. We went through this last night. 3rd grade.
Yes.
You're horrible. Don't ever think about doing it again, and leave it to Caleb Joseph. And
but you keep trying.
No, well,
I like that.
No, that's because Karen came over and told me to illustrate the toothbrush.
And whatever Karen says, we do.
Well, we exactly.
Do. Exactly. Runners on at first and second base. Xander Bogaerts. He has walked, struck out, and grounded out.
When are they giving that away? I was too busy.
Sunday, the final day.
Okay. Oh, so I get another 3. Another 3 days to work on my art.
Draw that toothbrush.
I'll get Caleb. We'll have a little confab tomorrow. I'll get this down.
A 0-1 delivery by Wright. Check swing strike. That's because it was in the strike zone. He did hold up on it.
Yeah. So my question to Mike Wright. I was talking to Scotty McGregor, who said he spent about 10 days down at AAA, and you know. He didn't pitch well. Tyler Wilson didn't pitch well, and they're all backing up. He said, "What was that? You can throw 96 to 98. We just saw it."
Yep.
So he doesn't mean you have to throw every pitch that way.
0-2 is the count. Runners off first and second base. Red Sox 2 for 7, scoring position in the ball game. Look back at second base where they've got Leone, who is not fast, and Bradley, who is on at first base. Leone will get a good lead. Orioles not holding the runner close. 6-0 ball game. Long hold the 0-2 delivery, and that'll be scoop. Nice stop, Castillo.
Very nice. Almost threw it to the backstop. But when you get a little side to side like a merry-go-round, this is what happens. I mean, that ball right in the what about it 8 inches into the left-handed hitter's batter's box. So.
1-2 on Bogaerts. Wright's delivery to him. Pretty good pitch away. Reaching out for it. Fouled it off. 1 for 7 for Bogaerts. Lifetime against Wright. Xander Bogaerts here against the Orioles this year with a .299 average coming in.
Yeah, I was talking to Mike Griffin, the AAA pitching coach, who was up with the Orioles as he usually is, and he said the one thing about Mike Wright, I think, being able to control your emotions, that did improve. So again, if you can improve that and improve your quality of your pitches, that's where you make those quantum leaps to be able to pitch at this level. But you make a great point, because again, whether it's out of the bullpen or as a starter, he probably will get an opportunity in spring training. This year he had the shoulder problems.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery again, and he fouls it off somehow.
Yeah, good slider right there. Well, this is they're tough. They don't overswing. You get to 2 strikes. Yeah, that's a good slider. You know, a lot of guys will just roll over. I mean, he does hit down on the top. And then, you know, one of the other problems, because Bogaerts doesn't steal a lot of bases, even though he's capable of, you know, stealing close to 20. He's hard to double up. It's got to be a perfect ground ball. It's got to be right at somebody.
Runners off first and second. Again, the 1-2 delivery on the way. That'll go to center. Adam Jones and Adam Ball, and he's got it. And Bogaerts is retired. 1 away. When the O's score, you score at McDonald's. The more the O's score, the more chicken McNuggets you score. Download McDonald's app today. So with the 1 away, Dustin Pedroia will come to the plate with the runners on at first and second base. Pedroia is 3 for 8 against Wright with a home run. Almost picked up an RBI or 2 earlier in the 3rd inning. Came up with the bases loaded, 1 away. Hard line drive. Hardy went up, caught it, and got Leone at second base for 2. Leone's at second base again, and there's 1 down. Bradley is also at first. Delivery to Pedroia, steps out, and as he so often does, doesn't even think about swinging at the first pitch.
Well, you never really know he's going to do it, but he does it so often. Remember one year Mike Trout looked like he took every first pitch, but are you really just going to trust the fact that he does that?
No.
Now Dustin kind of I mean, he almost stepped out of the box, so I don't know how that helps you, but he is Dustin Pedroia, and he's got a lifetime .301 batting average, so he knows what he's doing.
0-1 delivery to him. That'll be way up high and away. Pedroia is 3rd in the American League in plate appearances per strikeout. Takes over 9 plate appearances before he strikes out, and just has always been a contact hitter with a great eye. Good 2-strike hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Wright's delivery to him. That's going to be way outside. And the count will go to 2-1 on Pedroia. So Wright's throwing a lot of pitches. He has recorded only 3 outs and has thrown 38 pitches. 2-1. Pedroia trying to jump on one, fouled it back.
A little hanger, but it stayed inside. Sometimes the backup slider you get away with. That was one of them. He saw a hanging slider and thought about driving it to left field. And just again, as we saw with Ramirez, that pitch down, it speeds the bat up. Otherwise, he's very content hitting the ball right back up the middle or to right field.
2-2. Delivery to Pedroia and a big cut fouled right straight back. Still so quick through the strike zone with that swing. You would like to have had that one again.
Well, he airs it out. I mean, very, very good high ball hitter. And as you mentioned, a very, very good contact hitter.
Pedroia battling an 0 for 17 in this at bat. 2-2s outside again. Castillo going down, and we'll get yet another full count in this game.
Well, they call them non-competitive pitches, and that's what they are. Right out of your hand. And Jimmy Yacabonis, who came in the other night, they actually pitched pretty well, briefly, but effectively. But again, you throw that 2-2 pitch, and you know, Dustin Pedroia says, "Well, that's not even close to being a strike."
So 3-2, 2-1. Only one away. They won't be going. Wright's delivery. Pedroia toward short. Got a chance for 2. There's Hardy 1. Scope the relay over to first base. They get a double play. Pedroia's hit into 2 double plays tonight. 1 a line drive and 1 on the ground. No runs on 1 hit and no errors. A couple left on base as it remains a 6-0 Red Sox lead. Last night, of course, extra inning ball game. Only one MLB team in the last 50 years finished a year with at least 15 extra inning victories. That's what the Red Sox have right now, and no more than 3 losses. The Red Sox are 15-3. That was the Orioles. 2012, they went 16-2. Cardinals 6-0 over Cincinnati. Last 5 seasons in games that required at least 1 extra inning. Cardinals have won them all. And the Brewers, they had a 1-0 Tuesday, making September 19 the second day this year in which multiple teams notched wins with a final score of 1-0. 3 teams won by that score September 1st, including the Orioles win against the Blue Jays in a 1-0 game. Extra innings around baseball yesterday. Chris Sale with a 6-0 lead, no walks and 8 strikeouts. J.J. Hardy. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. So the Orioles have now upped it to 22 innings without scoring a run. Sale's 0-1 pitch. Hardy launches one down the line. It is a foul ball.
Actually, he got a chance to play in New York. Played well. A lot of time off, and you know, again, what, turned 35. You know, talked to him. He said, "Is my career over?" He said, "Well, we'll see what the opportunities are." I'll tell you what a pleasure to see him play shortstop. You know, I played with, you know, Aparicio when I first got there, then Belanger. He's in the Hall of Fame. Belanger with what, 8 Gold Gloves, and then Cal.
Oh,
He's
two
on,
just
on
missed.
Mike Bordick here. He's got the all-time record for errorless games. The 2-out shortstop, Bobby Dickerson, you know, infield instructor, third base coach.
12 years of major league service for JJ. Hard to believe the Orioles would be looking at JJ for a starting position next year with Tim Beckham here. If Beckham's going to be here, he is going to have to play. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Chris Sale's delivery, and that'll be a whip fastball that misses, and the count goes to 3-2. Sale's had a lot of time sitting tonight while the Red Sox have had some long innings. Doesn't mind that when the runs are scored. Has to come out and kind of start all over again. And the 3-2 strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, you just give up on it. You know, you get the breaking ball, the good one. You don't see the spin as well. You give up on it. Watch him. I mean, okay. No, it's not going to be a strike. Yet it is.
So 9 strikeouts in the ball game for Sale.
Yeah, probably. If, you know, again, they used to say, talk about Jared Weaver throw out of the rocks. He's throwing out of Pedroia's jersey at second base.
Winding pitches again in there for a strike. Flaherty strikeout victim his first time up. He's had at least 1 strikeout in each inning, each of the 6 so far. Flaherty will take that one. It'll miss down low. Pitch count 78. Interesting to see if the lead stays at 6-0 or even gets a little larger, how long they'll go with Sale, as effective as he may be. At 98, missed with it, 2-1.
Certainly not tired.
No. Flaherty to be followed by Hayes at the top of the order. Carl Willis, their pitching coach. You are thinking about the postseason, even though you're not guaranteed it. You have to start doing that now. Flaherty out in front on it. The count goes to 2-2.
Well, he doesn't need to pitch a complete game. Doesn't need to prove anything. Doesn't need to. I mean, is he going to try to get game in with 287 strikeouts? And he's already got 9. Does he need to get to 300 in this game? I don't think so. You know, it's more important what's going to happen week after next.
It'll come back to him. Sale makes the play over to first base. 2 down. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by Elephant Insurance. More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com.
Well,
Reaches 110, 15, 18 pitches in almost every ball game. Very few games in which he has thrown under 100 pitches. And even then, he's up in the mid or high 90s.
Well, you talk so much. He's retired 21. Only 21% of the first batters have gotten on all year. The best in the major leagues. And
Travis takes it, and that will do it. It is a 1-2-3 inning. He has retired the last 8 Orioles. 6-0 Boston. point of the season. You got some big numbers going up. Max Scherzer leads the National League, 253 strikeouts. He's had 250 or more each of the last 4 years. He is the 4th pitcher in Major League history to compile a streak of that length. Alex Gordon, he got the home run that sets the new mark. 5,694 home runs, Major Leagues this season, a new record. The old record had been in the year 2000, and there are going to be a lot more. 231 hitters have at least 10 home runs. That breaks the previous record by 14 hitters. And the 108th, 9th, and 10th players this season hit their 20th home run Tuesday night. That's one shy of the mark that was set last year. And that record is bound to be broken because there were 18 others coming into today's play who had 18 home runs. That is fouled off. They've got a piece of him at the plate. Benintendi has scored twice, once on a single, once on a walk. He's grounded out. He now has a 4-game hit streak. Red Sox right now have it in cruise control with Sale spending little time out there on the mound.
Yeah, early runs. Huge.
0-2 delivery on the way, and Benintendi will go down swinging. Wright will get his 3rd strikeout.
Well, getting a little more comfortable. I mean, he gave a great pitch to get out of the last inning. Double play ball by Pedroia. You know, right here, slider. He kind of swings through it. And I think just the fact that he was able to get it over, kind of spins, but it fools him.
Four strikeouts by Miley and 3 now by Wright in the ball game. Mookie Betts will take it down low. Red Sox 6-6-0. The Orioles 0-2-2. Orioles not many chances in this ball game. They have left only 1 on base. That was in the 4th inning. They've not had a chance with a runner in scoring position in this game. Well, the Red Sox have gone 2 for 9.
Yeah, I was reading in that home run article. Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies, what, 18 home runs in 34 games?
Yeah. He set a new mark.
Most ever, yeah.
1-1 delivery on the way. Pretty good slider. Betts drew a walk, scored in the 5th inning, had a home run, his 23rd in the 4th. Good for 2 RBIs. So officially 1 for 2. He's now had 6 RBIs in this 3-game series against the Orioles. 1-2 delivery will go to Jonathan Scope. Over to Chris Davis, and there are 2 down. Vote for your Orioles favorite MVP. You could win a signed Buck Showalter jersey from Security Plus. Text one of the names on the screen to 29292 to vote and enter to win. Again, text your pick for the Orioles MVP 29292. Security Plus Federal Credit Union. Buy with pride with the exclusive Maryland flag design debit or credit card. Two down, nobody on. Ramirez, big night. DH, 2 doubles, picked up a couple of RBIs, and he has scored a run.
And he scored it by well, they drove in the last 2 on a slider, and what did they start him off with again? Another slider. The good news, he threw it for ball 1.
1-0 delivery by Wright. So we were asked if Max Scherzer, with the 250 strikeouts each of the last 4 years, is the 4th pitcher in Major League history to have such a streak, who are the others? Answer is Ferguson Jenkins, Pedro Martinez, and Randy Johnson. 250 strikeouts, 4 consecutive seasons, 250 or more. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. Got under it, popped it up first base. Chris Davis will put it away. 3 up, 3 down, 7th inning stretch time, 6-0 Red Sox. What does a good rookie season mean? You never know. Trey Mancini this season. Cal, of course, turned a rookie year into a magnificent Hall of Fame career. For Trey Mancini, we shall see.
Yep. Well, you got to start somewhere, and what a great stop, both for Cal, and he would end up with over 3,000 hits, over 428 home runs, played 2,632 games, and there's Trey. So at least you can see, maybe more home runs by Cal, at least so far more hits. And of course, I imagine he didn't miss any games that year either, did he?
No. No.
Well, I'm just kind of going out there on a limb.
You were.
Yeah.
But it was a good limb.
Hopefully it's a strong limb.
Solid oak. Trey Mancini, a 1-0 count. He's had a base hit. He has struck out. He now has a new career high hit streak at 10. 9 was the previous that he had said earlier this year. He has had numerous hit streaks this season, going from one to another.
The ups and downs of being in a rookie year. They adjust, you get yourself out, and you don't get yourself out.
Hey, there's no better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Scope and then Jones due up. 2-1 delivery to him, and another base hit. He just finds a way. Mancini will make the turn. Benintendi over to get it. Throw will come into second base. Not in time. A double.
Yep. You don't get a lot of hittable pitches. There have been a few. A couple of lingering sliders over the middle of the plate. That was one of them, and he's able to and again, he's got such good wrist. He just kind of reacts. You can see him stay back, and then he just kind of top spins it down in the corner. Benintendi gets to it quickly, but had to go a long way, but still made a good throw. Pedroia snags it.
So Trey Mancini's on with a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. Yet another multi-hit game for him. Tanner Scott up in the bullpen for the Orioles. So we may get to see yet another young player. Nobody out. Sales delivery, and that'll be taken for a strike.
Yeah, nobody out, nobody up for the Red Sox. Off day tomorrow. They go to Cincinnati for a weekend series, and then back to play the Blue Jays and finish with Houston for 4.
First chance with a runner in scoring position. First runner to second for the Orioles. Sale with the 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled off the end of the bat. Orioles get their 3rd hit of the game. Jonathan Scope is flied out, lined up. He'll be followed by Adam Jones. Red Sox looking for the 3-game sweep. Orioles, if they can't come back, will be 10-9 against Boston on the year, guaranteeing themselves, of course, earlier the series win on the season. Sale to the set, the 0-2 delivery, and that'll be outside. A 1-ball 2-strike count. Now the Red Sox bullpen will start to stretch a little bit.
Yeah, guys are limbering up. They got 14 of them out there.
One and 2 on Scope after an RBI. Scope will swing through the heat up.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Not only is it 97, but where is it? He's made you, the late break in and backdoor slider outside. Then you can see Leon just gives him the target up, and he just puts on afterburner and strikes him out. Again, you can see great angle right here. I mean, and again, just imagine this is a 2-1 games in the postseason. Be able to notch it up on your 90th pitch at 97. That's what he's done all year. Yep.
Adam Jones a base hit, and he has struck out. Everybody in the Orioles lineup has struck out at least once. That's to center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. charging, can't get it. Had to wait. Here's the throw coming all the way to third. It hits Mancini. Jones will stay at first base. And a break for the Red Sox that the ball stayed close to the foul line, and then instead of traveling away and allowing a run to score.
Well, we talked about how deep Bradley, who made a great play last night and a 1-0 loss. I mean, he plays deep, so this ball, we haven't seen many drop in, but look at this arm. And again, I mean, it's right on the money. It's going to be bang, bang, right over his shoulder, except it gets him, back of the neck. So a chance to get on the board here.
First and third, 7th inning. Castillo has struck out, and he has flied out. He'll stand back for a moment, getting his first look at Chris Sale in the ball game tonight. Well, the Orioles trying to end that drought. Castillo will take an off-speed pitch that will miss. There are the Oriole base runners. StatCast brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Baltimore area Chevy dealers. Mancini and Jones.
Well, Sale's nose and the ground ball percentage over the last 6 starts gone up. Any ground ball at his infielder, and he'll get out of this inning.
Castillo fouls that one off. He's 3-11 with runners in scoring position. The Orioles 6 1/3 innings without a run in this one. 23 1/3 overall.
Well, again, it can't just be a lazy fly ball the way these guys throw. It has to be pretty deep to get a sacrifice fly with only 1 out.
Outfield playing very deep. 1-1 delivery on the way. Wellington on a strike. 1 around. Yes. Mike Winters, crew chief, down at first.
So now all of a sudden Sales already with 9. He's looking for number 10. Here's that swing, and it's kind of a half just got fooled effort. So he got ahead of scope. 97 up and in. So many options as a pitcher.
1-2. Runners off first and third. Castillo, did he go? Yep. Home plate umpire got him on that one. Strikeout number 11 for Sale, and now there are 2 down. So as Jim said, he does have a chance to get out of the inning.
Yeah, another slider, different speed, and then again, if you don't pick it up, you can't hit it. That's the case here. Great angle. And just trying to flick it foul, couldn't do it.
First and third with 2 down. And Mark Trumbo has hit into a double play, and he has struck out. Swing and a miss on a pitch away. This is the 18th double-digit strikeout game. He leads the major leagues in that department. First time there have been that many since Randy Johnson had 23 multi-digit strikeout games in 2001. 0-1 count. Upstairs and foul.
Yeah, and if you're not picking the ball up, you're going to swing, and you can see with Mark, you know, again, frustrated because again, there are guys that get you out, and there are guys that are not comfortable at bats. And that ball, already struck out of a ball right underneath the Orioles, right here, just trying to put it in play early on, and so he came in with 287 strikeouts. He now has what, 298.
0-2. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball in the dirt. Leone going a little knee walking there to get it. And a 1-2 strike count. Mancini led it off with a single. Scope on the strikeout. Adam Jones a base hit. Mancini ended up over at third. Jones on first still. Castillo the strikeout. And now Trumbo trying to get a run in. And everybody watching Sale work. 1-2. There it is. Another strikeout. He's got 12 in the ball game. He strikes the side out here in the 7th inning. The Orioles will leave runners on at first and third. 2018 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Pet ER, now on sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar here at the ballpark and the official team store in York. Proceeds benefit Barks, Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Each year this calendar sells out, so we hope you'll get yours early and not be disappointed. Well, we get to see another debut here. The Red Sox with a 6-0 lead. We'll see 23-year-old left-hander.
Yeah, pitched down at AA Bowie, and again, all starts, all limited to about 3 innings. So there are the numbers. A lot of strikeouts. He throws close to 100, and you know, working on the command, working on the slider, and now has a chance here in the big leagues.
So another debut. Right work 2 2/3 innings. He gave up a couple of hits. He had 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Sam Travis will face the left-hander as Tanner Scott gets ready to go. Scott was 0-2, 2.22 ERA. He had 24 starts at AA Bowie, but none was longer than 3 2/3 innings. The Orioles turned him into a starter this year, and then very much controlled the number of innings pitched. He can triple-digit on the fastball. Secondary pitches, what he's been working on. As Jim said, the slider's the first, and a base hit into right field on an excuse me swing. Travis is on.
Yeah, 99 up and in, and yeah, Travis does. Sam says finally. Yeah, right here, try to hit this, and again, just kind of really fights it off, but safely into right.
It's a base hit. So he's on with a leadoff single here in the 8th inning. That'll bring Marrero up. Home run reached on an error, struck out. Home run came in the 4th inning. 2-run shot is 4th of the year. 2 home runs off Wade Miley, both in that inning. Tanner Scott will miss inside. Control a problem for Scott, working on that. He walked 57 batters in 64 1/3 innings between Single A Frederick and Bowie. 1-0 count, short lead at first base. Left-handers pitching a good one. Back at 89, 1-1.
Was it ever? Nice little slider, good tilt. Stayed, you know, went from really strike to ball. And
opponents hit only 188 against him. Yacobonis up again. At AA Bowie, just a 180 average. 87 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Swing and a miss and a good tailing pitch away.
Yeah, I think another slider, and then the slider's at 90. You know, again, I mean, I saw him pitch in spring training, and I'm going, there's nothing with this windup that would indicate that, you know, what he really needs is innings. So out of the bullpen with a couple of starts, what, about 3 years ago, but this year exclusively giving an idea he's going to pitch every 5th day.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Sam Travis off first base. And a great pitch down and in. So he gets his first major league strikeout.
No, and 2 good sliders, and then even a better one because you know, we saw this all night with Sale, where you think you just can't pick it up, and he just swings at a ball but goes straight down. And there you can see the slider spin, got on top of it. That's one of the keys to throwing that pitch. And it's an easy 99. Even though that obviously the breaking pitch.
Leon has picked up a base hit, a walk, and a strikeout. There's the first K. Baseball to take home. 1 down, runner at first base. Heater in there at 100 miles an hour. In 95 games, 4 minor league seasons, he went 10-14, 3.85 ERA. He was a 6th-round pick in 2014 out of Howard College in Texas. 0-1 delivery. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. And a 1 ball, 1 strikeout on Leon. He's not given up many home runs, surrendered only 3 home runs in 198 innings in his minor league career. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Leon to be followed by Bradley. Red Sox batting in the 8th, looking for a 3-game sweep. 1-1 delivery on the way. Then pop him up first base. Davis, not a lot of room. And runs out of room. 1-2. Discover Venice on Florida's Gulf Coast, recently recognized as one of the top 2 happiest seaside towns in America by Coastal Living. Make your plans to go now. Sarasota. Visit Sarasota.com. Tanner Scott, 23 years old. He's been watching from the bullpen for a few days. Gets his chance in this ball game. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Leone waiting on it and just missed away. 2-2.
I mean, that's, to me, that's such a learning experience. I came up to the big leagues when I was 19. I sat out in the bullpen with Charlie Lau was a backup catcher, went on to be one of the great hitting instructors. Stu Miller, one of the great relievers. Sherm Lawler, veteran, he was the bullpen coach.
Fine catcher with
yeah,
White Sox.
was he ever. Dick Hall, I mean, all these guys. Harvey Haddock's my first year. So you just sit there and you absorb and you watch and they tutor you. Stu Miller he used to call, he said, I'm going to nickname you Brash. And I said, I don't say much. He said, yeah, but you keep asking questions. Well, how else do you learn? I mean, that's. And I said, I guess I am brash because I want to learn.
Plus,
yeah,
yes.
Exactly. John Arcino, another catcher that very instrumental in my early years.
3 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and that one's going to get away and down to second base. Travis won't matter anyway here. It was a walk. So the Red Sox put runners on at first and second with 1 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Halloween closer than we thought, apparently. 2 on and 1 down. Jackie Bradley Jr. coming up. He's had a walk, reached on an error, and he is grounded out. Red Sox trying to add to their 6-0 lead. 2 for 9 in these situations tonight. Lots of chances. 1 away. Scott's delivery to him is taken for a strike. Oh and 1. Lead runner Travis off second. That one will be way outside, and that will send Castillo out. May have been crossed up on that, and the count goes to 1-1. Tanner Scott, don't know if it was family, friends, both. Got a nice round of applause when he came out of the bullpen to pitch here.
Yeah, I think that's kind of knowledgeable Oriole fans, just knowing this is his major league debut, because they've been hearing about him. He's he's got one of those wow arms.
Runners off first and second. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and he again throttles back. His changeup, if that's what that is off that breaking ball pitch, is 88.
Yeah, I think that might even be a slider. I guess my only question, he started, but if you're pitching every 5th day, how does that translate next year into the bullpen? And that'll be the transition for him if that's the way he's used.
1-2 pitch on the way. Ball hit to first. Davis 1. Relay, nobody there. Tanner Scott holds his head to the sky. He forgot to get over to cover.
Yep, and we won't read lips, but
no,
he knows he didn't get over there.
Get a put out though in the 3-6 on Leone at second base.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to turn it anyway. So you can see right here, Leone's going to hold up because he thinks it's going to be a line drive, doesn't want to get doubled up. So there's the second out, but watch how quickly Bradley gets down the bases. So right here he's running, and I don't think you're even if Tanner Scott, but of course you never know. If you cover, at least there's going to be a throw.
So now 2 down, runners on at first and third. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 3 and a walk, 2 for 11 in the series. Bogaerts will take the pitch inside for a ball. Miley worked 4 1/3, 6 runs, 4 hits. Right 2 2/3, no runs, 2 hits. Now Tanner Scott. Sale has gone the distance for the Red Sox. No walks, and 12 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. Again, way inside to Xander. And the count goes 2-0 on him.
Yeah, 18 pitches now, even at 9 balls, 9 strikes. A lot of breaking balls for a guy that throws 98 to 99.
16,906 the announced attendance. 16,906. Runners off, first and third. 2-0 delivery on the way. Whoa.
Well,
Castillo's gone right, left, and up. Caught them all. 3-0. There are the base runners for the Red Sox. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Bogaerts waiting on a 3-0. Very well have a green light right here. Didn't have to. Inside, walked him on 4. So Tanner Scott, couple of walks in the inning. It will continue to PEDROIA. Roger McDowell will come to the mound.
and I'm sure this is going to be trust your stuff. Throw the ball to the middle of the plate. It probably won't end up there. The kind of arm that he has, he'll probably learn that.
So Pedroia is going to get his second chance with the bases loaded. He came up in the third inning. Hard line drive. Hardy caught it and turned a double, going to second base to get Leone. Pedroia in the ball game has had an 0 for 4, hit into another double play in the 6th inning. So 0 for his last 18 for Dustin Pedroia. There are the base runners with Travis a single at third, Bradley fielder's choice second, the walk to Bogaerts at first.
Yeah, we told you 351 hitter against lefties.
Taking all the way. It'll be in there for a strike to him.
Well, he does have a nice arm. Nice, easy delivery.
Oh, 1 count, 2 down. Pitch gets away, and a run will not score. Not far enough away. Reminiscent of last night.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one was spiked. The Brock changeup, and with Bradley on third base to Moreland. This is just a slider that, again, it bounces out in front of home plate and can't quite get the glove down. So you get a little fortunate. Travis not knowing how far that ball got behind Castillo down at third base.
Tanner Scott, 4 years in the minors, including this year. Major league debut here tonight. Welcome to the majors. Bases loaded. Dustin Pedroia at the plate. 1-1 delivery on the way. Pedroia lines that one to right. That'll head to the corner. Hayes going over to get it. It'll score 2. They'll hold Bogaerts at third. Pedroia gets a double and 2 RBIs. That's the way the Red Sox have done it tonight. 2 at a time. 8-0.
Well, 98 over your head, and he's looking fastball, and again, 351 hitter against lefties. So now one, really, if you look at, you talk to Dustin, he goes, hey, forget the 0 for 18. I'm 1 for 1. And again, looking fastball, 4-seamer. Again, it is up in the zone, but it's in the middle of the plate, and he's waiting. So they're going to pinch run.
Yeah. For Pedroia. So Tanner Scott, tough start, major league debut, as a couple of runs are in. And 2 more in scoring position. And he faces Benintendi. 2 down. Benintendi will take it away for a ball. He's had a single, a walk, scored both times. Also has grounded out and struck out. Benintendi completing a good year against the Orioles, sitting over 280. 11 RBIs, or 9 RBIs rather. And the pitch to him outside. Scott will fall behind on him 2-0. Austin Maddox.
Yeah, boy, he is another. You talked about making decisions. 12 1/3 scoreless innings after coming up from the minor leagues. So, and then Jimmy Yacobonis, I would imagine, if he doesn't get Benintendi out, that'll be his last hitter.
2-1. RBIs by 2. Betts 2-run homer. Marrero 2-run homer. Ramirez 2 RBI double. Pedroia 2 RBI double. 2-1 delivery on the way. Benintendi will take it. It'll miss. And now a 3-ball 1-strike count on Benintendi.
Yeah, again, as we mentioned, he only comes in hitting .231, even though he did hit a little soft line drive, but he takes pitches like he's going to figure out how to hit lefties. I mean, that was slider. He tracked it all the way. And, you know, when you get more innings, you notice those kind of things.
Runners off second and third. 2 down, 3-1. Benintendi to right. Hayes is there. And he will put it away for the out. So a couple of runs in on 2 hits, and 2 are left on base. 8-0 Boston. Orioles baseball on MASN, brought to you by M&T Bank, understanding what's important, and by the University of Maryland Medical System. Be a part of something greater. 8-0 lead. 4-hit shutout being thrown by Sale. Brock will come in, Holt rather, will come in at second base for Pedroia after running for him. Chris Sale's going to stay on the mound.
Yeah, well, he's got 299 strikeouts, and you know, Maddox still up in the bullpen, I believe. So, you know, maybe if you're John Farrell, 8th inning, 99 pitches. If he gets another strikeout in this inning, or maybe Chris Davis will lead it off, you might go to your bullpen. I mean, you got an 8-run cushion.
Sale struck the side out in the 7th inning. Interspersed with a double and a single for the Orioles. Davis goes after the first pitch. Bogaerts. 1 down in the 8th. Well, after Sunday's home game versus the Rays, final Kids Run the Bases presented by Weiss Markets. Watch the kids' big league dreams come true. 4 to 14 can be out there running the bases just like their favorite birds. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Youngsters like that. J.J. Hardy is flied out, struck out. Sales pitch in there for a strike. Still up there with the velocity. Still got the control.
No, like you said, I mean, 101. I mean, it's a highway in California, but it's also, you know, he's very comfortable throwing 101, 2, 3, 4, 15 pitches. Had a little bit of elbow problems. You go back, I think, to 1 year where He only pitched, what, 174 innings back to 2014, but he stayed very, very injury-free. Right there. There's 98. That was looking for strikeout number 300.
The only complete game he's had, he lost against Philadelphia, his 15th career complete game, and his 5th career complete game loss was a 1-0 ball game. He gave up a run on 4 hits in 8 innings. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off down the line by Hardy, who has struck out and flied out.
In one of those complete CJLs, we used to call them. You get a complete game, you lose, but you do it on the road. You only pitch 8 innings. But if you pitch as well as he did in that game, and you end up losing 1-0, it's kind of a source of pride to at least finish what you started.
1-2 delivery. Breaking ball will be down low. Improving his road average. He had the 4th best road ERA coming in at 2.9. Obviously, he hasn't hurt that. Excuse me, since he's giving up nothing. Looking to go 3-0 against the Orioles this year. Carl Willis can smile. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball choppered. Chance for an infield hit. Oh, fine play. Marrero at third base, face down, gets the out.
Yeah, and he gets a tap on the hat. 2-run home run, made it 4-0. Doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he's a defensive whiz, and you can see right here. You know, JJ certainly not running, but I mean, again, he doesn't even make it close because how quickly he gets to it. You know, Sale, you could see him. He can't get to it. Here comes bare hand on the run.
Great play.
Yeah, the agility.
So Sale's got a chance to get through the 8th. 2 down, nobody on. Ryan Flaherty has struck out and he is grounded out. Breaking ball turned away, and the thing almost was a strike.
It was.
1 point, he retired 8 in a row. Otherwise, the Orioles have sprinkled in hits. He hasn't walked anybody. 108 pitches thrown. 1-0 count, 2 down. He's retired the side in order 4 times, looking for the 5th here in the 8th inning.
Well, they almost got to him last inning on the double, the strikeout, the single. But again, what the Orioles haven't scored since the 5th inning on Monday.
If he gets him out here, it'll be 25 consecutive scoreless innings for the Orioles. 2-1 delivery on the way to him. Ryan Flaherty, off-speed breaking ball.
And Machado doesn't feel well. Eduardo Rodriguez looking on, former Oriole. Went over to the Red Sox to the Andrew Miller. So they're all looking on, and they do know. I mean, don't think all the Red Sox don't know he's going for number 300 right here.
And he got it. Yeah. 13 strikeouts in the ball game, 300 on the season. Sale goes 1, 2, 3, 66th time in Major League history for a pitcher to have 300 strikeouts. They're bowing to him as he goes into the dugout. That's what they were after. That's why he came on, and that's how he got it. 8-0 Red Sox. earlier in the game. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, just amazing. I mean, again, you trade 4 players to get Chris Sale. He never struck out 300. And Ryan Flaherty, playing because of Machado's illness, strikes out for his second time, number 13. And again, like we said, they all know. And there you go. They get a number 1 guy. It takes 4 young players. I mean, Michael Kopech, another guy that throws around 100 along with Moncada. But boy, not only to get him, but to have the kind of year. And just imagine how proud he is. Come your first year to a team that is trying to go to the postseason, and then to deliver this kind of performance over the course of the season.
So the Orioles with a number of changes here. Santander is going to come on to play in left. Joey Rickert is going to play in center. Caleb Joseph will play at third. Ryan Flaherty goes to second. Mancini's at first. And Cisco will come on to do the catching. And a new battery with Yacobonis on the mound.
Yeah, hard throwing Jimmy Yacobonis. Had a terrific year at Norfolk. Well, again, nice numbers. They don't hit him a lot. The walks are up down to AAA.
Stung to center, back at the wall, reaching up, can't get it. Hard collision by Joey Rickert, heading over to third base. And they'll hold him right there. It'll be a triple off the wall as the throw comes into the plate. Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Rickert, valiant effort to try to run it down. And boy, you just come in the game and he hits a screamer over your head. Again, high fastball, and it's belted right there. I mean, very good jump, and almost catches it. Padded wall just over the glove. And then you're thinking inside the Parker, but 8-0. Mookie streaking around the bases will stop at third.
Almost.
Yeah.
Great effort. Triple number 2.
Well, again, I mean, just, the one thing, I mean, there's Austin Hayes, your right fielder, over to help. But what did he do? He hit the cutoff man, or that is an inside the park home run.
Yep. So Ramirez, pitch will be taken outside. Ramirez a chance for another RBI. He's got 2. He's had 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. 9 hits on the board for the Red Sox. 13th chance tonight with a runner in scoring position. They are 3 for 12. Tanner Scott, an inning, couple of runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And Yacobonis on for him. Ramirez. Red Sox hoping what they've seen tonight with those 2 doubles means Ramirez's bat may be coming back and that he may be feeling a lot better. 1-1 delivery on the way. That's a base hit up the middle. He's got another RBI. Hit it hard.
Yeah, well, they love to throw him the slider in, and again, it speeds the bat up. Off of Mike Wright, the slider's in the middle of the plate. That's how he hit the double down the left field line. And this one just kind of, again, one of those hanging sliders. He's going to leave the game.
Swihart will run for him.
Well, watch this high slider. Again, it's supposed to be down and away. It just kind of lingers. He stays inside. That's the one thing about Hanley Ramirez. He can drive the ball. He did, the double to left, the double to right center. So when he starts doing that, that's a good sign, because again, then he also, as we mentioned, hit 30 home runs last year.
So another run in, 10 hits on the board for them, and a 9-0 lead. Hanley Ramirez with a 3 RBI ball game coming out, 3-hit game. That's his 5th 3-hit ball game, his 32nd multi-hit game. And it'll be his 3rd 3 RBI ball game this year. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Travis, a base hit, scored in the 8th inning. Red Sox were retired in order in the 1st and 2nd innings. And then they put up 4 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Retired in order in the 7th, and 2 more in the 8th. Now another run here in the 9th. On the verge of sweeping the Orioles in a 3-game set here at Camden Yards.
Yeah, they say turnabout is fair play after the Orioles swept them up in Boston.
Ground ball to the middle. Hardy over. Back flip. Tough one. Flaherty great turn. Not in time. Swihart taken out on the force at second base. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Rays are in town. A 4-game weekend set. It'll be Yanoa taking the mound against Matt Andrisi. Our coverage on MASN begins at 6:30. OS Extra presented by Southwest. Game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Yeah, so this is the way it's gone down. And again, the Orioles will play. Yeah, Rays will come here. The Orioles will finish the season down there. So pretty even series. You know, they've out homered him because the Rays, you know, that's what they do.
Ground ball again towards Flaherty. Slowly hit. Underhand toss to first, and Marrero is retired. 2 down. Runner at second base is Travis.
Yeah, the Rays went over the Cubs tonight through 8, 7-1. Yeah, Roenis Elias, and then Maddox again. We saw him early, the right-hander who's been on a 12 1/3 inning scheme of not giving up any runs.
Two down. Runner on at second base. Yankobonis with a run in here in the 9th. Faces Sandy Leon. Leon has had a base hit, a couple of walks, and he is struck out, so he's been active offensively and getting on base for the Red Sox in this ball game.
Plus he catches Chris Sale, and there's such a confidence. You know, again, anytime you have a guy that, you know, is behind the plate when the pitcher strikes out 13, he's had a great night just doing his job behind the plate, catching.
Pitch taken up high. Count will go to 1-1. Well, the Orioles are going to try and in the bottom of the 9th inning to get out not only of the scoreless inning streak, but from being shut out 2 consecutive games. The Orioles have not been shut out in back-to-back games since 2015. The Red Sox did it. In fact, the Red Sox shut them out 3 games in a row in September in 2015. 2-ball 1-strike count. They shut them out 1-0 last night in the 11-inning ball game. 2-1 delivery. High pop-up. Second base, Hardy. He will put it away. So another run at it on a couple of hits. 1 left on base. Bottom of the 9th coming. 9-0 Red Sox. Orioles baseball on MASN, brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from DWI Marshall, Amtrak, and Interstate 95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you. Chris Sale. Yikes.
Yeah. Wow. He was Chris Sale. They did exactly what he's capable of doing. Everybody, you know, that'll take some of the doubters. You know, maybe for him struggled a little bit over his last 6 starts. So Austin Maddox comes on, AA, AAA this year, and you can see right here, 12 1/3 innings. You know, 9 hits, only 1 walk, yet to give up a run. Again, you know, mid-90s, about 95 average fastball. The numbers that I looked at were about 95. And a nice little breaking ball to go with it. So again, 3rd round guy in the the 2012 draft, and worked his way up. Maybe at least early on, A-ball started a couple of games, and 2 last year at AA, but primarily now out of the bullpen.
AA, AAA this year, called up 3rd stint when the rosters were expanded, made his debut on June 17. So he's on to try and wrap it up. Can the Orioles get a run on the board? Pitch will be taken up high, top of the order. Austin Hayes, leadoff spot, has gone 0 for 3. Trey Mancini, a single and a double. Jones has picked up a single twice. That's it for the Orioles hits. Popped up first base. Travis with room. 1 down in the 9th. That'll bring up Trey Mancini in our Lexus of Towson drive of the game.
Yeah, just rips a double down the line. The Orioles, again, you know, they haven't scored in about 26 innings. They're hoping to get on the board. Benintendi gets it too quickly, hustles it in for the double, but he would be stranded.
So 1 down, Mancini after a 3-hit ball game. Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 7 straight years. Come see why. LexusofTowson.com. Trey with a 10-game hit streak. He will carry over to start tomorrow night's game in the series against Tampa Bay, up to 293 again. .0 delivery. Will be a question mark again tomorrow regarding Manny Machado and how he feels. Just sickness. And see how he feels tomorrow. And Beckham with that extraction of the wisdom tooth. That will take something out of you. We'll see whether Tim's able to play tomorrow. Plenty of players to go on the field, of course, with the expanded rosters. Maddox with a 1-1 delivery. On top of it, Bogaerts. 2 down. MLB.TV, every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for detail. Chad Cisco will get his first at bat.
Well, you can see he got to play up in New York, home run, single. I asked him today, I said, you kind of like that ballpark up in New York? Said, oh, yeah. First major league hits, one of them home run.
Sale's going to get the win. He'll be 17-7. Miley will take the loss. He'll be 8-14. If the Orioles do not get a run here, they will go into tomorrow not having scored in 26 consecutive innings. 33 consecutive is the franchise record for innings without a run. And they've got 1 out to work with here in this ball game. They'll finish against the Red Sox 10-9. Red Sox will have the advantage here at Camden Yards. 6 wins, 4 losses for Boston. They have been, of all opponents, have the best winning percentage here at Camden Yards of any ball club over the last 4 seasons. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Pitch on the way, swung on a miss from Maddox.
And look what Maddox does. He will walk off to the side of the mound. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do this. And he'll go way over, almost on the grass. And now he'll come, he'll stop, and then he'll wait for the batter, and then he'll come directly to the pitching rubber. You know, most guys just kind of stay around the rubber. So, but it's working. And giving up a run in what 13 innings now.
Check swing fouled off.
I mean, it looks like a fastball changeup guy with 95 to 97. So as long as you're getting them out, you can do whatever you want to do, son.
In 37 games, AA, AAA went 2-3 at 8 saves. 2.92 ERA.
So he looks like a golfer, coming up with a tee box right here. Cisco's going to get in, so he's ready at home plate. He'll get ready out there.
2-2 delivery on the way. Second base. Fine backhand. Holt hustles. Not going to get him.
Yeah, Cisco. It probably will be another base hit. Not an easy play by Brock Holt. Ball hit to his right. And a little change up that he actually hits it pretty hard. So, you know, maybe they will give him an error. I don't know, but no, base hit. There you go. And again, the speed factor. Yeah, you're going to be the 27th out there. You're going to get another base hit for the Orioles, and he just beats it out.
3 hits, 4 at bats. Santander will get his first at bat in the ball game.
Going down the Arizona Fall League and you know, get some more at bats against pretty good competition.
Santander's gone 2 for 16. Both of the hits have been singles. Orioles batting, bottom of the 9th inning, down 9-0. Orioles are staring their 10th shutout of the year in the face. Well, the Red Sox are looking to pick up their 10th. And as we said, got to go back to 2015, last time the Orioles were shut out in back-to-back games. Big cut, foul back into the screen.
A little hang and change up, but it'll also be the Orioles' 12th loss in the last 14 games, and that.
Foul back again. Santander keeping it alive. Ball and 2 strikes. One chance in this ball game to score for the Orioles. And that was the 7th inning, when with 1 away they got runners on at first and third. They've only had 1 base runner go to third base in this game.
Yeah, well, that's where that 228 runner in scoring position up for Chris Sales and the ability to strike people out change the dynamic.
That's going to be down the line, and it's going to be a base hit. Cisco's going to make the turn at third. He'll stay. Throw to the cutoff man. Santander's got a double. So Cisco and Santander deliver with 2 down in the 9th inning. 2nd and 3rd for the Orioles.
Well, they like Anthony. He's a Rule 5 guy, so he's going to have to stay the first 45 days, and he just slices a line drive inside the line. Fastball, nice approach. Not a lot of at bats, so there you go. First major league double. Comes out of the Cleveland organization as a Rule 5 draftee.
So Joey Rickard will get his first at bat. Orioles trying to get something done here in this game and at least get rid of that offer of innings without scoring. 2 down. Rickard will take the pitch for a strike.
And first slider. So Maddox all of a sudden just comes out of nowhere. And, you know, it was up, but he threw it for a strike.
Two hits in the inning, 6 in the game. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. One delivery on the way. Rickard will take it up high and a 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Well, they ought to get a fastball to hit here. I mean, no guarantee, but he's certainly in this count to look for it. And Pedro Alvarez has come out on deck, and I guess Joey Rickard can get on.
Two 1 delivery on the way, and Rickard on a half swing pitch riding in on him, fouls it straight back. 2-2.
So it wasn't a fastball, it was a changeup.
Maddox is the Nomar Garcia Parra of pitchers. That is really strange, isn't it?
Well, like we said, it's working.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Maddox delivery. That'll be up high, 3-2.
Yeah, last pitched on Sunday. In fact, got the final out. Gave up a hit in the third of an inning down in Tampa Bay.
Here's the 3-2 delivery. Joey Rickard goes, and that's the ball game. So Maddox will work the inning, gives up a couple of hits, but does not give up a run. The Orioles are shut out, second game in a row, as the Red Sox come away with a 9-0 win. Sale 17-7 the winner, Miley 8-14 the loser, and the Red Sox sweep the 3-game set. Tomorrow, Rays are in town, 4-game weekend series. Gabriel Lanoa takes the mound against Matt Andresi. Our coverage on MASN 6:30 O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 7. This has been a MASN presentation. Tom and Rick coming up right after the break, taking a look back particularly at Sale and the strikeouts piled up in this game. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Have a great remainder of the night. Adieu.